Hello, and welcome to our very latest episode of the Night Shift Let's Talk Gaming. I am CMoney, and I am joined by two of the dopest dudes around. That's right. We got the motherfucking homie, Mr. PSP himself, the pony slaying papa, Demoflow Gaming. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Appreciate you.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me on another Friday. It's awesome to be back talking games. It's a great week to be a gamer, right? In general, I think there's been a bunch of crazy news and new announcements, and it's just going to be an exciting show, and I can't wait to get into it. Shout out to Shah. Shout out to all of you guys, and thank you for having me. Let's go.
Let's go, man. Appreciate you, my brother. And you are correct. It is it's a great time to be a gamer. Absolutely, dude. We've got some amazing experiences going on right now that gotta say, I'm loving big time. But let me introduce the man who needs no introduction. That's right. You know him, you've seen him. It is the wise one, the author, the patriot, the pony slayer, the pony by 10 maker. It's our boy, Hargeet Shadi. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much for being here, man. Appreciate you. Welcome.
Yeah. Had some fun yesterday with Lemon going over our thoughts on Superman. That was fun.
Nice.
But yeah.
Are you guys in agreement
this week with news? Mostly yes. I think he maybe liked it a little bit more, but we both gave it the same score. But
interesting.
Yeah, we both had our look. I always say it's like a good useless popcorn flick. So it's fine to watch, but I did not like it as a Superman movie because it wasn't a Superman movie. And without spoilers, I don't want to go beyond that because that was totally a spoiler cast. If you've already watched it, go watch that on Lemon's channel, 108 Dragons TV. You can go through our spoilers and what I thought about it. I piled into it. But anyway, but yeah, we had some other fun news and things are going on. And some people and some gaming platform fanboy worlds aren't happy. That's okay. That's fine.
They're not happy. They're not happy. You know, it's funny because you're definitely seeing like the stages of grief play out in front of us. Like it's real wild to just kind of see just to see it all take place. Like it's like people who were so like, cocky and so like pumped in life, and they were ready. You say anything, they were ready to jump into your replies and comment some crazy shit that had nothing to do with what you were talking about, but they still did it because they felt like they were up on top of the world, and they could just say whatever they want, no matter how stupid it sounded. And I gotta tell you, bro, it's been crickets. You just have like the headmasters or whatever, the ponies that are the bigger ones. You just have them out here in mass, like coping scenarios. You know what I'm saying? Like they're all trying to just cope with the situation. The headline for the show: PlayStation fanboys desperate over PlayStation being multi-platform. They're so desperate. They're really trying to discredit this whole idea, trying to discredit fucking Sony. like PlayStation didn't fucking type this shit up. We're definitely gonna talk about it. We're definitely gonna talk about it because crack kills.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Crack kills, and we need to let the people know in this world, stress from the work week, put that shit, hang out with the homies tonight, major way, man. And we do appreciate each and every one of you for rocking out with us. It looks like does it look like it's lagging? Are we lagging, or is the stream lagging? I feel like there's some lagging situation happening here, and I don't know.
Yeah, when I was watching it on YouTube, it was lagging, but
yeah,
I'm
are
not
they saying
seeing
anything in
lag
the
on our
chat?
side. I don't know what's going on.
Are they saying anything in there? Let me see. 20's out, not have been refreshing for an hour, not getting a notification. Interesting, seems like another blah 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 blah. I don't see anything. I don't see people complaining.
A couple
about
are saying it's frozen for me.
Oh, it's
lag.
frozen for me. Okay,
Works
but they can
now.
hear us. Okay, maybe if I refresh this.
But it looks like it's back now. It looks like it.
Yeah, it actually looks fine to me though.
Yeah, it looks
Does it?
okay now.
Yeah, it looks
Maybe
good
I
now.
don't know.
No? Okay. I don't know. I just did a motion. Yeah, it looks like it's happening. Okay.
You know the thing.
it's
When
good
you
now.
have effects in StreamYard, I had a notification that is creating conflict with
They're having like a problem or
yeah.
some shit right now.
Yeah, but it's because you have an effect going on, like you got the blur.
Is that what it
It was
is?
sort of like doing those type of effects or
They better calm down. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
They better calm their asses down. All right. Fix the shit because I like me blur. It looks better. Feels better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just think that's just the way. Hold on.
I just use a different program to do all that stuff, right? So I have a separate thing.
Are you
And that
using
lets
NVIDIA?
Yes.
I know. Oh, are you using NVIDIA on top of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
use
what
NVIDIA.
I use
NVIDIA for the
broadcast.
camera and a little bit of the mic. I got rid of most of it because the board actually does so much by itself, so it's not really messing up the mic. But the camera is where we are. Okay, so getting back to it, because now that we've sorted out what's happening here, the peoples, our homies, live in the building. You guys are supporting us in such a major way, man, and we do appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us. That being said, I guess you all know by now you can't all be equal, right? It just kind of is what it is. I think we understand the scenario now, right? 3 of you have risen above the rest, right? 3 of you are going to be enjoying this show from up above, not because you're gone, you know what I'm saying, but because you are better. You know what I'm saying? Because you made it. You made it. You were the first 3 people in the building, and you guys are the specials. And the first person in the building was the best spot of the night. And that, my friends, we will get to in a second. I'm going to let you know right now. Who were the 3 people? Who were the people who are going to go ahead and be on the banner tonight? But more importantly, if you remember from yesterday, who are the people who are now going to be written down and kept track of to see if by the end of the month, who was the best bot of the month? Who were the top watchers of the month? We're going to know. We're going to know because we're going to keep track of it. All right. That's what's going to happen. So who were the top 3? Who were the top 3 this lovely Friday? And I can tell you right now that, my friends, number 3, Amit Kumar. Amit Kumar, shout out to our boy Amit Kumar, number 3 in the building. He's not fucking around. He said, I'm not going to lose out on the top 3 on the first day that it counts. On the first day that it counts? Yes, you did. Actually, let me do this because, I'm talking shit. But if I don't actually write it down, then it's gonna be a problem. So we got to make sure that we have the facts. All right, and I will have the facts. So you got Mitt at number 3. Okay, number 2 in the building. He said, "I'm gonna rise up today. I will not be left behind." And rise up, he has motherfucking Erican in the building. Shout out to our boy, number 2 in the building. Erican is not fucking around. Thank you, sir. I also sent you a message on Discord so that you can check that out. Now, this is the real question. Who was number 1? Who was number 1? And I got to tell you, this man did not disappoint because he came through with his word from yesterday. And now he said, not only did I come through my word, but I'm number 1, bitches. That's Coach Crazy Canuck. Coach Canuck, our boy. He's not fucking around. Number 1 of the night. Best spot of the night. Oh, shit. I got to hit him with that pop. Oh, shit. No, that's not. Oh, damn. I think I doubled down and just did some laughter. You know what? Listen, it's funny. Because he's mocking all of the rest of you. Because he's number 1 and you're not. Best spot of the night. Come on, man. Shout out to our boy, Coach Hooded Canuck. Not messing around. Thank you, my brother, for being here. Now, let me update this list before I start, forgetting to do that as well. Okay, so first 3, best spot is our boy, Coach Canuck in the building. Then we had Erican. Then we had Amit Kumar. There we go. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Okay. Hit that. Nice. All right. Now we go here. Well, we got the homie. Do you K now the Bro Boy Insider with that $2 super chat saying so here. So here indeed. He is the first super chat of the night. Listen, I know he did it to get on the list. Okay. So he's going to make the list. It's our boy. Oh, boy. Let me put that on there. All right. And then, oh, snap. You know what? Let me put that on there first because, there's something that I see coming. Yo, I think I'm going to do Broke Boy Insider for now. All right. I think that counts. All right. Done. Beautiful. Okay. Bro, we got to go ahead. Culture the Canuck. He is not fucking around. He's not fucking around. He's definitely going for the double banger. That's right. It's our boy, Culture the Canuck. And he went ahead and gifted 5 on point for membership gamer memberships. But he also did 2 more singles. So it's actually 7 on point for gamer memberships, man. Shout out to our boy, Culture the Canuck, man. Appreciate you, my dude. Very, very kind of you, my brother. Thank you so much for the support, man. Fam Jam in the building is not fucking around. So appreciate you, bro. That being said, y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us, man. Thank y'all so much for rocking with us. And Canuck, man, we do appreciate that support, bro. Very, very kind of you, my brother. Oh shit. Let me go over here because I gotta put his name in here because he fucking did it. All right, Coach Canuck in the building with 7 gifted. All right. That's the dude. Appreciate you, my brother. So his name is officially on there. So you do see it. So he does have a double banger, except our boy Jonas the motherfucking dad has come through and gifted 20 on point for gamer memberships, man. Thank you so much, my brother, for that support, man. Shout out to everyone who just got that membership, man. Thank y'all for rocking out with us for sure, man. Y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome all of our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for being here, man. And shout out to our boy Jonas the dad. He had a quadruple banger last night, which is crazy. But he is here with the 20 piece. So I'm going to update that, but I'm going to go to him right now because he just also went ahead and did a $5 super chat, becoming the biggest super chat of the night. And let's just say he says, it's Friday, let's go. And that's where I'm at. That's the feeling I got right now. You know what I'm saying? It's Friday, let's fucking go. Yeah, man, Friday nights, there's just something about them, right? It's like the feeling you can't, like there's no taking away that feeling of a Friday night. No matter how old you are, maybe if you're retired, it don't matter. But still, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, God, I did it. Week's done. Fuck everything else. Let's just fucking rock, right? So this that 20. All right, and then biggest super chat, which my boy Joel is that 5. All right, here we go. Beautiful. Save. You're in. Thank you, sir. Appreciate you, my brother. Oh, we have the boy Machine XP in the building. He also went ahead and gifted 10 on point for gamer memberships, man. God damn, you are the shit. Thank you guys so much for that support. Y'all know what to do. Put the motherfucking welcome to the family emoji in the chat. Welcome our newest members, man. We appreciate each and every one of y'all for rocking out with us, man. Thank y'all for being here for the support. And Machine XP, my brother, thank you so much for that support, bro. You're the man. Thank you, sir. But we got our other homies in the building, man. Shout out to everybody who's rocking out. I see the homie Space Shot in the building. What's good, my dude? Thank you for rocking out with us on this Friday night. I see Game Shark in the building. Twinkle, twinkle, baby. Twinkle, twinkle. I see Dark Angelic in the building. What's up, man? Thank you for rocking out, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Zach Riley in the building. He's a little confused. He wrote first yesterday. He was, in fact, first today. He is not first. So that, you know, that's wild. You got Space Shot says, someone go to edit Wikipedia and change the marathon entry to marathon to be canceled game. Yeah. It's not looking good, I'm going to say. You know what I'm saying? Like, they are in some rough waters right now. So we're definitely going to talk about it a little later, that's for sure. User for Games in the building. Shout out to you, homie. Thank you for being here. I see Queen Witch in the building. Just had her birthday the other night. So shout out to her. Appreciate you for stopping by. PlayStation 5 Blows in the building. What's up, man? Thomas Bilotti in the building. What's up, player? Moonlight Ace, what's going on, man? Phoenix Freestar in the building. What's going on, homie? Who else? We got Video Game Armada. What is up, player? I see Ryu are in the building. Thank you, my dude, for being here, man. Appreciate you, bro. Did I say Dark Angelic? I feel like I did. Well, Dark Angelic, my brother, great to see you, man. Thank you for being here. Appreciate you. Ray Oid in the building. What's up, man? Def Leopard in the building. What's going on, homie? James Kofi, what is up, brother? Appreciate you, man. Mr. Xbot Tequila Trans in the building. What's going on, fam? Who else we got? Dun, dun, dun. Verg Base Brizzle in the building. What's going on, homie? Thank you for rocking out with us. Be nice. What's good, man? Shane G, what's up, player? One Punch Jedi, what's going on, man? Thank you for rocking out, bro. Outward Lyric, what's going on? Appreciate you for being here. One Punch Jedi says, anyone seen Tim Dog and Crab Gamer and Colin Moriarty? Oh, and Warhammer Dave. I don't know what news happened to make them go off the radar. Bro, it's pretty damning, right? Like we said it the other night, right? I had talked about how like it has to be embarrassing, right? To go so strong in a direction, right? To make crazy ruckus, to burn crazy bridges, like, and to burn a bridge without making a new bridge. You know what I'm saying? Like you just said, fuck it. And to have this news come out, especially when you double down and said, PlayStation will never do it, man. They'll never do it. Well, seems like they did. So it's rough. It's rough. Malcolm X Lax was good, man. Thank you for rocking out, bro. Appreciate you for being here, man. Appreciate you for being here. Reggie Bone, what's up, fam? Thank you for rocking out with us. Appreciate y'all. Oh shit, I forgot to mention my Twitter account right here. CMoney Forever. Go on Twitter. We actually got another code to give away for Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, man. 505 gave us another one. The first giveaway went so well. They wanted to do another one, so you got another gifted Wu Chang Fallen Feather, any platform, Xbox, PlayStation, PC, whichever one strokes you, that's where you'll get it. So just go to the Twitter, follow me, follow Doodle, follow On Point Twitter accounts, retweet it, like it, let us know why you want it, and somebody's gonna win it. So definitely go. This is your chance. It's going till we're announcing winner on Monday. So you got the weekend, shoot your shot. Saying it's good stuff. I see G Maybe in the chat. What's up, fam? Thank you for being here, bro. Appreciate it. Fillmore Pockets in the building. What's going on, my brother? Thank you for rocking out, man. We need kills. What's up, man? He says my Xbox is a PlayStation. That one cuts them deep. That one hurts them a lot. It's emotional for sure for them, but look, it is what it is, man. They're gonna have to accept it. The biggest garlic, what's going on, man? Thank you for rocking out, bro. Appreciate you. I see the homie Adidas 20 member for 19 months, my brother. Thank you so much for the support, man. You're the shit, man. Thank you so very much. Says in Sin City, sinning, and catch the replay. Fucking Adidas, yo. Have a great time, man. Be safe out there, and definitely catch the replay, brother. Appreciate you, man. Enjoy your time. Enjoy your time. All right. Listen, we're gonna get started, okay? But I do want to do a that new segment that we have. The didn't make the cut. There's a few little things that I do want to kind of chat about before we get into the main topics of the night. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Let me take my chapter here. All right. Okay. All right. So this is officially didn't make the cut. There's a lot of little juicy nuggets of things that are kind of going on. And one of the things that it just kind of came out, but it's nothing really too crazy to talk about because we kind of knew, but supposedly Starfield is scheduled to release sometime in the spring of 2026 on the PlayStation 5 with, like I called it, the new expansion. That is exactly what I said they would do. They're not going to just drop it over there. They want a big moment. They want something that's going to pique everyone's interest, and that would be by doing it with the expansion. So I have here, it's a rumor, obviously, but it's a report from MP First. I don't even know who that is, but it says Microsoft and Bethesda are planning to release Starfield on PlayStation 5 in spring 2026. Probably trying to take that the other time slot that they put for what game did they drop? Man, I feel like I'm blanking out. April was like Forza and shit, right? Like all that stuff pretty much dropped in April. So it looks like they're trying to take that same spot. There's sources say that the game isn't being released for the console this year, partly due to the RBG's weak sale of the first expansion, which is also what I said, Shattered Space. I feel like they want to do something bigger. A release for PlayStation 5 isn't the only thing expected for the game. The report adds Starfield will also be getting a second expansion and other quality of life updates at the same time. And that, okay. It's also that the fans should expect to see an announcement at Gamescom opening night live on August 19th. I'm pretty sure they did a similar announcement for the expansion on the year that it dropped. So I think it was last in what was it? August, right? August of 2024. I think that's when they did it, or 2023. Man, how long has Starfield been out? 2 years, right? 2023?
It was
So
2023, yeah.
Yeah, so 24 was the expansion. I think that's when they announced it. So it makes sense to me. So obviously we will see. And that's it, man. I mean, what do you guys think? it's expected. Obviously, I don't think there's a big magical like, oh no, what's happening. I think we all understand the situation. It's been, by the time it releases, it'll be like 2 years and a half, almost 3 years before going over there. What do you guys think?
Man, Starfield needs to be everywhere, dude. It's like one of those games that I think is great, and I think more people should play. There's really nothing to it. It was supposed to come out in both platforms when it was first announced, right? PlayStation wanted to snatch it up, and then Xbox ended up buying Bethesda, and that's why we got it first on Xbox. But definitely it should be a multi-platform game, just like Fallout, just like the rest of the Bethesda games. Like ain't shit change, bro. It is the same thing. And I mean, obviously the right thing to do. Starfield being so big, right? Now we're gonna get to see like Sony PlayStation fans in general, right? Because you got to count the real ones too. They're gonna get to play it, and they're gonna
Oh yeah,
judge and be the judge, of the game. And hopefully it has a good reception, because I do believe that Starfield is a great game, and is extremely underrated. A lot of people like just literally write off Starfield because it was literally done on their Xbox, right? It was one of those highly anticipated games that Xbox kept to themselves. So it felt like, I felt like it was um very criticized, right? Especially like since he came out like one of the cleanest Bethesda games that have released with the least bugs and bullshit, and still didn't get the Metacritic score that I anticipated. I thought that Starfield was more like on the 86, 80, to 89 type deal.
yep.
Obviously there were things that, because here's the thing, man. Like people have like crazy expectations. They want Starfield to be like this, like what was the other game? Star Citizen. What is going to be or something, like how many years
A
they
game
worked
that's
on.
been in development for like 45 years.
Yeah, like come on, man. And I believe that Bethesda did a great job with Starfield.
They
uh
crushed it, bro.
could they have done like something more, maybe a little bit more or something? Yeah, definitely could have, could they done, give us more features, definitely. But it was a solid game. I really enjoyed the story, and the gameplay is awesome, and the freedom that you get in the game, and it's just like every time you discover something cool. And I mean, not to compare it with Death Stranding 2, but they were talking about like Starfield, how he had empty worlds and stuff, and to an extent, it did have some worlds that were kind of empty, but like that's how it is in the planets. Not every planet has to have like a whole city, or big POIs and shit. Like some of the stuff is trivial, right? More like to show you different environments and stuff. And I mean, it was definitely fun, bro. I did enjoy it, and I think a lot of people will, man. That's it. I think it's
Starfield was
gonna be
fucking
awesome. Yeah,
amazing, bro.
yeah.
We reviewed it. It was a 10, easy 10, the easiest 10 that I could give. I'll give it a 10 again right now. Love that shit. Freaking phenomenal game. And honestly, I feel like they smashed it. Like they created that next pillar, and I think it got the Xbox tax right. We know that, especially like from IGN and these places, giving that shit a 7 was crazy, like crazy. There's no version of life where anyone would think that that's a 7. Anyone
Yeah.
who's even reasonably interested in an RPG, there's no way. There's no way. There's
Just
not a chance.
by scale alone, it was nuts, bro.
Yo,
You know,
it's amazing what they accomplished.
features alone. Like even though I mentioned that it was missing features, they we were expecting, right? We sort of like had in mind maybe they could have done this, maybe they could have done that, but he has a bunch of shit to do, bro. You could literally live in Starfield. There's people still posting about Starfield and things that they find on the regular in different playthroughs. Me personally, I'm like on my third world. So I mean, there you have it. Like, I have a bunch of hours playing Starfield, and I will continue to do so, man. I can't wait to for the new update, and
I'm
hopefully,
definitely
you
waiting
know,
for that
they
expansion, bro.
yeah,
Whew.
yeah, yeah. What the one thing that I really wish that Starfield could have come out with, and it's just like me being selfish and a selfish gamer, is like, you know, co-op. I wanted a Starfield to be sort of like, you know, what Fallout 76 is, you know, a
I
game
think
in
that'll
which
be
you
a
get
separate. I think there will be. If you look at the pillars, right? They have Fallout Online. They have Elder Scrolls Online. It's just a matter of time before they make their Starfield Online, right? I feel like that's gonna be its own path and have its own thing. But I could definitely see the idea of it. Um, having multiplayer because it's a big huge world, right? Similar to like a No Man's Sky, not the games themselves, but like playing co-op on that, right? Similar
yeah, it'll
idea,
be
being able to kind
great.
of
Yeah.
explore together and do shit like that. That might be dope. But
It's just like
uh
my regular, I mean, it's just like my way of thinking because these big roads, like it feels right to have somebody with you, or at least. And another game that I would like argue that it needs this is Stalker. I know it's supposed to be feeling like alone and all this stuff, but it would be great to have like, you know, at least one more person that you can, like, you know, go through the bullshit with, because it just makes it better. Like, it doesn't have to be like it has to be online or something. Like, I would say, like, you know, a mode like a co-op mode or a PvE mode, something like that, to like bring more the social aspect, because it just feels like it belongs right in Starfield. Like, it's just like that sense of discovery and exploration is just better with friends, man. That's it.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely would be a different experience for sure. Hargeet, what do you think, man? Obviously, we know that this was happening. This is good news as far as I'm concerned. More people are going to play it. Finally, get rid of the Xbox tax. Get some fair reviews.
Yeah, I mean that's basically it, right? It's basically more players. That's good. We'll see what the PlayStation community says now that if it comes out on PlayStation, is it still, crap? What do they call it? Game Pass slop.
Mhm.
Mid games. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Will it suddenly become really good? Oh, and there'll always be the excuse. Yeah, but see, they fixed it. They added stuff. They fixed it. Now it's good.
Because they went to PlayStation, they did this.
Yeah. Now they fixed it. Yeah. Now
Come
it's
on, man.
good. Okay. Yeah. Whatever. There'll always be an excuse. It doesn't matter. It is what it
Mhm.
is. But the more these games come over, the more they just get
Exposed. 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 Exposed.
That's absolutely truth.
That's literally what happens. They just get exposed. All their
For
stupid
real.
narratives. Every freaking narrative just keeps dying.
Yeah.
It just is what it is. As you can see from our friend here, who's taking away the last narrative of exclusives matter. No, they don't. No, they don't. Done. It's
Facts.
over. Deal with it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, it's just statistically speaking, they don't, you know. But yeah, you're absolutely right. Definitely looking forward to it, man. I think it's gonna be nice to see it back in the spotlight and getting some good burn. And of course, obviously, they drop a new expansion. It's not gonna just be the PlayStation people, hyped for it, but it'll be, the Xbox people as well, and PC and such. So it's gonna kind of get his moment again, which is real nice. Looking forward to it for sure. Some other things that dropped. I guess Halo Infinite is getting a new operations, Operation Shadows.
Yep.
They're bringing the Falcon back, which is the bigger plane, I guess, that you can fly around. So I thought that was cool. I love the fact that Infinite is just still rocking, even though we had talked about, man, was it Amit Kumar who, remember, we had talked about the fact like what was next and the multiplayer and all this shit.
Mhm.
And we had discussed the idea that they might be sunsetting Infinite. And I don't know if you guys saw the news, but I guess they announced that although this World Championship series is going to be huge and all this fun stuff, that there's not going to be a championship next year, and the Halo Infinite won't return to the Halo Championship. So they're sunsetting it. So I think that pretty much confirms the idea that they are sunsetting that and making way for
Mhm.
um that new multiplayer only scenario. Remember they're making the single player game for next year, but also a separate multiplayer experience. I guess it's the next step for Halo Infinite, which I get. I'm sure that there's definitely people who've been playing it nonstop and they live in that Halo Infinite competitive scene, but I'm sure that number is obviously greatly reduced in the hype of a new game coming, right?
Yeah.
So similar to almost similar to Grounded, right? Where like Grounded 1 was really a game that I thought was going to keep going, but as much as a ton of people hop into it over time, eventually, although you have that core group, it's still a much smaller number, right? So they just sunset it, hop onto the next one. I get it, makes sense to me. So
Yeah.
looks like that's going to be happening. I mean, I don't know if you guys agree, if you guys see that as likely
Yeah.
now with this kind of new information.
I think Halo getting new updates is just crazy. I think it's crazy good as well. They're getting a new weapon as well, which is pretty good. I'm kind of sad because I've been rocking with the Halo championships, and I've been watching that shit. Like I'll be playing whatever, and I have either the Halo championship or the Call of Duty League, something like that. Because I just like to have some esports, right? Especially when I'm playing multiplayer to give me some motivation, see some nice plays, and that way learn something right from the people that know how to really play the shit. So new weapon, new update. Kind of sad to see that the thing is done, but it is what it is. We got to move on, and I think they are for real making way for a new game, maybe a new competition and shit. Because if there's one thing that Halo has that is very successful, is those tournaments. They've really a lot of people really rock with that. A lot of people really go to these events and live, and they just love doing that. And I just think that that he has it. That it has to that's the way. That's the Call of Duty way, right? Like a lot of people don't agree with Call of Duty, but every year a new game, it just keep the shit fresh. Like what is the next game could be bad, could be good, but we get we always got one game that we can go back to that is active and current, right? So yeah, Halo Infinite had its time, and I think now is I have to move on. Like I posted it the other day on Twitter. Somebody was literally saying the Halo Infinite uh, was the best game, so something like that, because you don't know what a Halo fan is gonna say. They're always gonna say some crazy shit. So this dude was saying that Halo Infinite was awesome and it was the best Halo ever, and that they hope that they kept it the same moving forward. And I'm like, bro, like y'all never happen. Like every time there's a new change, y'all always complain. Whether it be Sprint in Halo 4, that they cried about it. Halo 4 sucked because it had Sprint. I mean, come on, what about the rest of the game? Like it's one thing. Halo 5 sucked because you had the jetpacks to move to the sides. I'm like, come on, bro. What about the rest of the game? Now Halo Infinite sucked because they add a slide. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the
Now you can't
hell?
take these people seriously. You can't
No,
take them
yeah, you
seriously.
can't really take it seriously.
Halo
And I
Infinite is the
know
best fucking.
they,
It's
they,
my
they
favorite Halo, favorite
yeah,
shooter.
it's really
Everything.
good as a multiplayer game, and I'm really love 5 as a competitive game, but I also love Infinite, and I think they grade both of them on their own ways. So I mean, I just can't wait to see what they do with Halo, man, because I believe that this has a potential to be great. I think Halo should be uh doing a lot of more PvE, because it looks like almost like a lot of these games, the people are getting sort of tired of the sweat fest that we're seeing online. Casual gaming is literally dying. Everybody's good at the games, so it's really hard to get into a game and enjoy a multiplayer match without having to sweat and
Yeah.
really try hard. So that's what's happened too, right? So people trying to get into Halo, they meet these players who've been playing Halo for years. So it's like, wow, like this is what you like. This game sucks, because you're getting destroyed by these players who've been playing Halo for a long time. So I mean, That's all that is. But yeah,
I mean but that's what the campaign's for. You know what I'm saying? There's your that's your player versus, and it's online co-op, right? So
yep.
if you want to play in peace, go play the campaign with a homie. It's
Now they
fucking
have
phenomenal.
Firefight. Now they have Firefight.
Yeah, they have a bunch of things
Firefight
now.
is really good though.
It is really
that was
good.
a really great addition, right? Back with the ODST, I think it was when it first came in, right? Yeah, that was fantastic. And they finally added in a lot of this like annoyance with Infinite. It was just that there was no content, and it started with there was just a couple of modes, and you're like, where's the rest? like all the stuff that we're used to is just not there. And it took forever for it to come out. That was it. That was really it. Otherwise, it was fantastic. Dude, remember it won User Voice Game of the Year at the Keeleys.
Yeah.
Right? That was how popular it was. Like it was kicking ass. But they just needed to keep up on the content. And that
it was the first time, right? It's their first go for them to turn Halo into a live service, right? Like they've always done expansion packs, right? They would do the map packs.
There's a lot of internal stuff that, like, well, I don't know how much I'm really supposed to leave it.
They
did a lot of
so many people got fired, like people left, fired.
It was just
crazy.
It was a whole bunch of management mess.
It's dark.
It was a whole bunch of management mess.
Honestly,
you know what though?
The fact that Infinite came out so fucking good is crazy. That's just to show you.
Yeah.
And this is what, like, it's like, this is just a fact for like me and my life. Halo is, from, like I said, my favorite franchise across. There's never a time that Halo releases that I don't think is the best game that came out. Like, I just love Halo, right? Everything about it. And I feel like the thing is about Halo is like the worst Halo game is still better than 98% of the games that release out there.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Right?
Like the worst Halo experience you can
not
think
according
of.
to the PlayStation fans until they get one, right?
Until they get one, they're going to suck Halo off.
Until they get it, they're going to well, that's what you were talking about. Oh,
they'll love the Chief after a while.
Oh yeah,
but it's like there's no, like, Halo is just, it's just the perfect game. It's badass, like you're the fucking chief, or like you're the whole world is there for you to save, even if you're getting your ass whooped by fucking that bad guy. What's his name? I like deleted his name from my memory. Like, fuck that guy.
Arbiter.
You know what I'm saying? But like, it doesn't matter. Like, he just there, and every time, since the beginning, you walk in somewhere, and the Marines saw you, and they're like, "Oh my god, it's him." It's like they always just made you feel the epitome of what playing the game is about.
They started it with this awesome thing of having the enemy, the little grunts, be terrified of you. Demon. It was hilarious. Like they like that whole thing just made it so interesting. As what the fuck is going on, right? So it was really well. But anyways, whatever. We don't have to go into like how good Halo is. We all know how good fucking Halo is.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like the main point of it though is the HCS, right? They're moving on. What are they going to do with it? Going forward? Obviously, there's something they have planned. They're not going to just scrap it, right? There's got to be something else they have coming up. So we'll see. We'll see what they do. I'm hoping there's going to be big things coming, good things coming. We hear rumor of stuff happening at Certain Infinity, right? That they're working on some multiplayer thingamabobby, right? So hopefully there's some good stuff coming.
Well, they had announced, I don't know if you remember, but they like officially announced that they were working on their biggest project ever or some shit like that with Microsoft for Halo. So it's happening. What is it?
Then, like,
I think the original thing they were working on, I think that thing got canceled. But I don't think they were removed. I think that it's just that exact thing they were working on.
Whatever they were,
it just shifted gears to something
they shifted
else.
to whatever else, right? That's fine. And look, we know Halo's coming because Phil said it's coming. He said it a different way, but we know Halo's coming.
Oh yeah.
What is coming? What is it that Halo's going to be? And we're all expecting it to be this remake of Combat Evolved. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Whatever. I'd love it to be something like just totally different, and we didn't even realize it. Right? It's some like, in between thing from Reach and and Halo Combat Evolved that just tells us a whole new story. How awesome would that be? Anyway, it's probably still gonna be Combat Evolved, whatever. But dude, I would love it to just blow our mind and do something totally different.
Hey, listen,
Like, hell yeah.
it could be like you brought up a great point, because just because they put him in that suit, right, which is like his original suit, right, doesn't mean it's a remake. It could just be a new game from that time, and they're just keeping it in the same vein, right? It's that armor set that he's using in the new game. Who knows? I don't want to start. Let's just look.
So much
it's
fun.
happening.
This is supposed to be the small segment, right? Just the quick.
I know. God damn.
But it's Halo, god damn it.
It's Halo, bro. That'll never stop.
Oh
God damn. Another thing that happened that I didn't even know was happening. I'm not gonna lie, bro, which is crazy to me. THQ Nordic Digital Showcase took place. The 2025 showcase. I think it happened today. It might have just been like hours ago. 3:13 p.m. It looks like, so it was like this afternoon, like 7 hours ago. Had no idea it took place. But Hazardor Gaming, shout out to him, put out here that basically summed up everything. So they announced a new SpongeBob SquarePants Titans of the Tide coming November 18th for everything. New look at Tides of Tomorrow. I don't know what that shit is, but it looks weird. Wreckfest 2, if you guys know what Wreckfest is, this is part 2 of that. PC early access. Sacred 2 remaster. So if you like Sacred 2, the remaster is coming for everything. The Eternal Life of Goldman, no idea what the fuck that is, on everything. Titan Quest 2, a new look for it. Steam early access. The Guild Europa 1410, probably some type of real-time strategy game or something. The Gothic remake got a release window early 2026. It's coming out on everything. The Gothic collection is coming out, so I guess the old games for PlayStation and Xbox 2026. Reanimal coming to everything Q1 2026. Fate Keeper, don't know what it is, but it's coming to Steam. And then the big surprise, the big whole shit for the people that even care anymore. And I got to tell you, since they fucked up 3, I probably don't really care. But Darksiders 4 was officially announced on everything PlayStation, Xbox, PC, which is dope. I think the first one I really enjoyed. The second one, I was like, okay, this is pretty cool. It was bigger, better, got a little deeper into things. But then 3 shit the bed completely. I hated that chick. Such a waste of a game. Story was ass. So now it looks like they're back to the 4 horsemen, right? They're back to the original 4 horsemen. Darksiders 4 has been announced. They have the trailer is literally just the horsemen, and then the other 3 pop up in the background, so you can't really see it. So it's just a teaser, but the fact that it's coming is dope. I feel like the way that they announced it is not coming next year. It's probably coming 2027, 2028, might be a next gen game. But yeah, that was it. I didn't even know this show took place, man. It's crazy. So yeah, there's that. And then let me see something here. What do we do? Okay, no, forget that. Nope, not this. What else? Oh, there's Switch 2. I want to know what you guys think. In 7 weeks, has officially sold more than 6 million copies, like 6 million units of Switch 2. Is that huge? Is that a big W?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
6 million.
6 million.
Damn.
That's good, bro.
I mean, it sounds big. It definitely sounds big. It sounds like it's a lot. I think the problem is,
I think that's the biggest selling console period. Like that's a lot.
I think that's the case, like in the time frame, because I remember like back in the day, like when consoles were the big conversation. I heard either somewhere on Xbox or somebody has said that like whoever's first to 10 million is like the leader, like the person that's gonna win, right? That was like before all this other bullshit started happening. So I feel like that's I feel like that's pretty good. You're at 6 million, 7 weeks, like not even 2 months. I would say that that's pretty impressive. I don't know, they said they made 20 million from launch, right?
Well, I don't know if that's true or not, but we'll see.
So,
whatever.
What's that? 20 million Nintendo Switch already sold?
No.
20? No.
They made. So they were
Oh,
preparing
okay.
for the launch, and they made 20 million supposedly. That was what we were hearing. But I would say that 6 million is a phenomenal number. I just don't know if they feel that way. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if they thought that, because this is the thing, right? Again, in its own box, it's better than everything else, right? Great. But if you're Nintendo, okay, and you know how Nintendo can be pretty cocky in their ways, right? When they think of things, and they say to themselves, well, we sold the Switch, and the Switch has 120, 130?
No, it's 150 plus million sold.
Okay, 150 plus million.
But it didn't start that way. Like, the Switch was in very high demand and did not sell as well at the beginning because they just didn't have enough. They didn't have.
Well, that's two different things. Not selling well puts the idea that it wasn't desired. People wanted it. It's just they didn't have enough. So now they had what they thought was enough, and it's like, well, it's not really equating. And I think for them, they might be looking like, okay, well, that's 150 million people, right? They only sold 6 million in their mind. To us, that's a huge number. Good on them. But that just means, like, there's a lot of people who looked at it and said, I don't think we need to upgrade. You know what I'm saying? I
don't think that's the case. I think it's just the standard logistics of selling. It's just
the
selling anything at that level is a lot of. It's just
did
tough.
3 million in one shot, like day one.
Yeah,
and then it was like 500.
That's a lot of logistics to get that many units out to places, right? That's just.
I mean, I guess I'm just going based off what they said or what we heard. So if 20 million was the number, I feel like that's what they were expecting based off of their scale. 150
for the first year,
okay.
Right? And look, we haven't hit the
first year. Yet. Okay, I thought that they were looking at that for their launch window, like they're just
and their first. I think their March is the end of the year for them. I think that's when they do their.
Oh, then they're gonna fucking smash that.
So I think by the time they get to that, I think they'll hit that.
I think they'll be like. I think they'll have more by then. If it's by
I would expect them to hit like 10 million just in the holiday. Like, they are insane.
Yeah, right? If you're looking from when did it launch? June? From June to June.
Yes. It was right before I shipped out to LA. It was literally the day before I went out to LA.
Yeah. So
it was definitely the beginning of June, whatever it was, like 4 or 5, whatever, something like that.
Man. Well,
so yeah.
I mean, they got me
2 months, so like 7 weeks. That is not like, wow, that's pretty good, man.
I mean,
I don't even know if they're in every market yet because it's just launched, right? So
it's pretty impressive. Man.
They're gonna kick butt. It is what it is.
And then you heard that they raised the pricing
of the Switch One. Of the Switch One.
Like, what?
I think it's just components. They didn't want to change anything. They're like, that's just the way it is. We're just gonna increase the price. Like, okay, fine, whatever. I hope they beat the freaking
Are they trying to
PS2
force
though.
People? You think they're trying to strong arm people? Because
no, I think it's just the tariff situation. I don't know is it global or is it just here?
No, but it's not on the Switch 2.
Yeah. But I think they kind of work
in USA. In USA, will change.
Yeah, no, I just don't think they want to change any of the manufacturing logistics for Switch 1. They're just gonna keep riding it.
Oh, you know what?
Switch 2, I think they're moving it around to try to make. I have
the update from Nintendo. It says Nintendo Switch pricing update. Pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems and products will change in the United States based on market conditions, effective August 3rd, 2025. These include Nintendo Switch OLED model, Nintendo Switch Lite, and select Nintendo Switch accessories. other Nintendo products, including certain Nintendo Switch 2 accessories, select Amiibo, and the Nintendo Sound Clock Alarmo will also see adjustments. That's wild. Pricing for the Nintendo Switch 2 system, physical and digital Nintendo Switch and Nintendo Switch 2 games, as well as Nintendo Switch Online memberships, will remain unchanged at this time. However, please note the price adjustments may be necessary in the future. Okay, so
Yeah.
why does it say physical and digital Nintendo Switch 2? Oh, the games. So the games are not going up in price. Just the console. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah, because I think they moved Switch 2 production to, was it Vietnam or something? It was one of those other South Asian countries.
Yeah, I think they got ahead of it and moved.
And I think those deals are done, and so they understand now how much they need to pay, and I think they can handle it, right? Whereas it still was like 50% or 35, some ridiculous amount for China, right? It's a very high percent right now, so that is harder to take, and I guess they're just passing it along. And I think they're just like, we're not going to change the logistics for that. Manufacturing happens there. Switch 1, that's the way it is. And because they're going to sunset that. They're not like sitting like looking to change all that shit. They're like, that's the old 8-9-year-old thing, whatever. We're going to just let that keep rolling until we get to beat PS2. I think that's what they want to do. Obviously, right? Like, why not, right? They'll still sell enough. It'll beat the PS2, and then they're like, yeah, we're done with this. Move to Switch 2 now, guys.
That's wild. That's real wild.
I would totally do it. Why not? Right? You're this close. You might as well get there. Might as well be.
That's why they're still releasing games over there, which is wild. Also probably why they're saying that, some games might not work on the Switch 2 properly if it's released on the Switch. So it's almost like that's another crazy situation. I couldn't believe.
They didn't do that great on the backwards compatibility, I guess. I don't know. That's kind of a weirdo thing.
Pretty bad. That's pretty bad. We do have the homie Sir X-Men in the building with that $2 super chat. What's up, man? Thank you for being here, my brother. Good to see you. Good to see you. It says, I just want Battlefield 6. That's all October 10th. Yeah, I mean, Battlefield 6 looks fine. I don't know. It's not like calling me in any meaningful way. That doesn't mean I won't enjoy it. I should be getting it with my EA Play Pro subscription, so we'll see. But I'm indifferent to it right now. The campaign looks good. Hopefully, we'll see. Mac22TH54 with that $2 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Says it's a lot. I didn't buy one. Switch 2 # tip of the cap. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a good number, man. 5 million.
It's a good number.
Yeah,
it's a good number.
yeah.
I mean, $6 million. It's not, not some baby
it's
shit.
only a few months, right? Only 1-2 months, I say though.
That's crazy. So hold on, just to be clear, they're making the Switch OLED $50 less than the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Razer put Switch OLED is $400. Excuse me.
Yep.
You okay? You drunk?
No, that was a hiccup. This is the vodka. No, it's just water.
Yeah, man. Good number. Nintendo Switch, I suspected they're gonna do good, bro. It's just
Nintendo.
Like,
wait till the mainline Zelda or Mario comes out, and then see what happens. See the rush.
A lot of people are gonna bend the knee. Look, they got you with Donkey Kong, and you didn't even like it that much, and you still
bro. Let me tell you a secret.
Almost is real, bro.
Bought console. Donkey Kong came out. Right, for up until Donkey Kong, we were playing the Switch 2 all the time as a family because they were super into Mario Kart, right? So they were unlocking everything, and so we were playing back and forth. Super dope, right? But they already unlocked everything. It's all done, right? So that game is dead to everybody. No one's touched Mario Kart. It doesn't exist. Might as well just delete itself. Then I get Donkey Kong. I'm like, all right, this is it. This is what I did this for, right? This is why I pulled the trigger. Let's go. Played it. Felt like I wasted. I don't even know how much time I played it for. Literally playing, like my eldest daughter is sitting next to me, and like I'm like, go ahead, baby, play. And she's like, okay. And then I had to go to the bathroom. She's like, I'll pause it. I'll wait for you. I was like, nah, I'm good. Just fucking never looked back. Never looked back. All the other kids played it for a little while. I have not touched it since the first time I touched that game.
You
Zero
gonna get Mario
desire,
Party?
bro. Huh?
Are you gonna get Mario Party?
Oh, when does that come out?
I don't know. I think it's coming up soon. Let me just look.
I mean, the chances are
Mario.
good. I mean, we already got the damn thing, so now we're kind of in. So anything that the kids
It's
might
out.
be.
It came out. It's on the 24th. It came out.
Oh shit. Dude, fucking no. Maybe for like Christmas or something, they'll be on sale.
Yeah,
Or some shit,
yeah.
and I'll get it for the girls. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. Donkey Kong was the next game from the people who made Mario Odyssey.
Odyssey.
And
Yeah.
I loved Odyssey, but this did not hold up. So I don't know.
Anyways, small topic. Moving on, right?
And then yeah, last thing before we hop into the first topic. I guess Sony held a press conference in Shanghai on the 30th in China to announce it's accepting applicants for the 4th phase of the China Hero Project. The first phase launched in 2016 with the aim to provide funding and resources for Chinese devs creating premium games for PlayStation. The 4th phase builds on the previous 3 phases, which offered standard assistance in game development, publishing, and marketing via partners. Virtuos of Oblivion Remastered fame has been added as a partner for co-dev. Rich Tap for advanced haptic feedback integration, and PlayStation Studios visual arts for UI UX design evaluation. The expanded initiative continues Sony's push in the region to cultivate high-quality premium titles, positioning PlayStation as the preferred publishing avenue for premium Chinese games. Listen, I'm going to say something right now. I got to give them props. I got to give PlayStation props for seeing a market and saying, fuck it, we're going to become that market's, go-to place. And it might just be because Microsoft doesn't have the ins for any of these places. So PlayStation was probably the go-to anyway. But the fact that even though it's probably the go-to anyway, they're still kind of like just doubling down and saying, fuck it, we're still doing this. I mean, look, there are good games coming out of China. You know what I'm saying? Like Wu Chang is a Chinese developer. Fantastic game. I mean, obviously Black Myth Wukong.
Yep.
I haven't touched it and I won't, but people liked it, did really well on PC. They have a few more coming. What is the Way of the Sword or Way of the Weapon or Way of the, I don't know, Phantom Blade Zero, that one. I think that's all the same shit, right? From out there. They got a few of them, man. Lost Soul Aside is another one. Look, I mean, there's talent everywhere, and I think them going in there and like really like putting a stamp on it is dope. I mean, obviously that's cool because these are just games coming to Xbox and PC, so it's not like there's some type of exclusive scenario that's gonna stop Xbox players or PC players from getting their hands on it for the most part. So it's good to see that somebody's putting some money out there. What do you guys think about Sony going in and keeping their Chinese hero fund going?
Yeah, I think this is good, man. They got to do what they got to do, man. So I wouldn't give them props because this is exactly what they need to do. I think that is good for them to go ahead and approach, the Chinese market. And, they're going to have to be looking for different ways in which they can go ahead and publish these games because their own studios are not really, delivering at the moment. So they're obviously going to have to be looking for deals and shit. And, why not? China is known to have cheaper deals and stuff. And I think they can go ahead and do that. Why not? And I think, Microsoft and Xbox should go ahead and do that. Go ahead and check them out too and see what they have to offer as well. Because, I mean, they like you said, they're making, decent games. And I think they're only going to get better with time because they're fairly new to gaming, right? right? Like I haven't played many Chinese games, but they're pretty new to gaming, right? Over there. I don't know. Maybe Hardkey has a different
I mean, Wu
understanding.
Chang was amazing. I
No,
don't
no, but
know.
I'm saying like Chinese studios in general. Like I haven't really played that
Yeah.
many Chinese games.
Well, like China was like basically so separate from the rest of the gaming world for so
Yeah.
long.
That's really the
Mhm.
problem.
Yeah, so it's like now.
But Tencent
they're
is
doing it.
Chinese, right? They're the number 2 in gaming, as far as revenue. Look, China's an interesting market because they kind of did their own sort of rip-off consoles, right? So they kind of didn't really play the game of being a part of the normal console sales. However, for those who do buy consoles, again, this is a small market as far as the actual console sales. Xbox actually thoroughly dominates in China.
Really?
80+% of consoles
What?
is Xbox. Thoroughly dominates. But again,
Why?
small percent of the actual gamer
Oh,
population there.
gotcha. All the people who are
Because
playing games in that area, of the
they
ones that
play
are actually
on
doing it
knockoffs.
legitimately,
They play
this
on
tiny
knockoffs.
percent they're choosing
Of the
Xbox.
tiny percent that actually bother to buy real consoles, Xbox thoroughly dominates in China. Now, is that going to change? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see, right? By the way, Nintendo is almost non-existent in China, and the rest of it is PlayStation. We will see if that continues. What happens with this? And this is something they did because they need to gain that mind share of we're in this too, and this is a little political. You have to understand Japan and China are kind of long time enemies.
Little bit,
there is a mindset thing, so you just have to keep that in mind. But either way, I think like more and more younger generations probably don't care as much about that, but you have to understand that like our generation type people, they do. They remember what Japan did to them. So it is what it is. That barrier is starting to break down. Japan, Japanese companies use a lot of Chinese manufacturing, as you see from even Nintendo, who makes their consoles there, right? However, as far as the mind share of buying stuff from Japan, it's very different when it comes to China. But it is what it is, right? So it is very interesting from a market share perspective that is one of the bigger ones for Xbox. But again, it's a very small percent of the actual console sales because they buy knockoffs. That's what they do. We'll see. And I think Microsoft is definitely trying to do the same thing, right? Xbox wants to go like they have the Africa project, the Asia project. They've been doing the same kind of thing where they're going to these other markets to see what they can do to get new development studios, developers from those regions to start making things, give us content, right? And also expand gaming into those regions as well, right? So, so it's up to Xbox to keep that market share and push it, right? It's a good idea for them to say, hey, we're still dominant there. There might be more antagonism now because of the current market. That's how things that are happening politically, right? But there's much more of a U.S. to China relationship than the other side, but that is growing. Japan and China is growing. But there is a lot more acceptance of U.S. than, oddly enough, even though they're a knockoff city over there, it's a lot more accepted. They love Apple, for instance. So they're more accepting of stuff from the U.S., right? But it is what it is. We will see where this goes. I love that there's games being made from there. You can see the flair, the difference in like somebody's culture coming through when they're making the stuff. Whereas, when somebody else externally comes in and makes things for that region, it always comes out better because they know what they're about, right? They know what their day-to-day is. They know what their culture is. They know the stuff that happens in their history and what it means to them, much more so than we would ever do, right? It's just the way it is. Just think of all the things that matter to us. We export a whole bunch of it through Hollywood, right? But everybody has their own thing. You can even look within the country and say like stuff in like Tennessee is probably different than stuff in Oregon, right? It's just the way it is. Everybody has their own little thing. That's just here in the US. Now imagine that around the world. So I love it. I love that this is happening. It's kudos to them. They have an India project too, Sony, right? They're doing that. I'm of Indian origin. I love that. I think that's great, right? More and more content from all over the world. Why not, right? These are the two biggest, most populous nations, China and India, right? Why the heck not? And they have a massively huge history, right? All sorts of things. Why not take advantage of it, right? Let's bring that, right? Let's bring that to everybody. So I love this. I think it's great. And as you said, Sony is now multiply. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
So,
Games going everywhere anyway. So now it's just
everywhere.
now they're just funding more games for us. We're good.
Exactly.
You know
So
Keep it coming.
it's great. Hey, we get to play stuff from different parts of the world. I'm happy. I love it. That's great. Let's do it.
Absolutely. All right. Well, listen, that's gonna wrap up. Didn't make the cut. It went nice and long, but I feel like it was a lot of cool stuff in there that we wouldn't have talked about otherwise. All right. So let me get my chapter going for our first chapter here. And it's right here, nice and ready to go. Let me take my stamp. Okay. All right. So chapter 1. PlayStation fanboys are desperate over PlayStation being multi-platform. They're so distraught about it. They're still out here talking about this shit, trying to downplay it in every way, shape, and form. And of course, our favorite neighborhood pony, Nib, got clipped. And let's hear what he has to say. But before we do that, I do see our boy, because I feel like it would get buried. Our boy, Do You K now the Bro Boy inside with that $5 super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. Says the pony hypocrisy. PlayStation funny third-party money had a console exclusives from China. Good. Xbox purchasing publishers and keeping games multi-plat bad. Yeah, I mean they're pretty cracked out. That's the truth. But to be fair, that's the old way of life, right? Right now, this is the new way of life where PlayStation is going to be money having those console exclusives and then just releasing them everywhere. So I think that's a moment in time. But I agree, they do be on their bullshit. And honestly, this whole entire thing is so hypocritical. The fact that they're so butthurt about this shit, they're going like the shit that we're going off of. Like this has to be spoken out into the world so these people can freaking understand it. They did this to Xbox people, okay? All this nonsense, right? All over rumors. All just rumors. The only official word out of Microsoft was 4 games. Just a test. That's it. They went whole slate. They started a whole thing, right? Go crazy. All rumors. Yet, motherfucking PlayStation themselves put out this fucking shit. They put it in writing. They're bringing people on to take their games off of PlayStation, beyond the PlayStation hardware, and specifically talk about bringing all of their games to Steam, Epic, Nintendo, and Xbox. It's there. They wrote it. Not a rumor, not made up ideas or thoughts. There's no confusion. Yet they don't want to accept it. They don't want to just let it ride, right? Just start the process of moving forward. No, they want to go and talk shit about stuff. And what they want to do now is call us delusional. Now Xbox people are the ones who are confused. We're the ones who are walking around wearing our underwears on our head, not knowing where we are. I don't understand this narrative that they're trying to spin. The shit is in black and white from PlayStation. It's from PlayStation. They said it. Y'all made crazy waves pony bots tossing themselves off of buildings just because of an idea of what was going to come, just a rumor of what might come. And here, this is literally them coming out and saying this is happening, but we're the ones. Xbox people are making all this shit up. Let's listen to Nib try to explain to us why, we're so fucked. Let's see.
It is a funny thing because, like, you know, like this whole slate, right? And I hate to get into the consoles, but let's be honest, this is what it boils down
I hate to get into the console wars. Do you? Because you write 45-page documentaries every time you want to talk about console war stuff. Seems like that's not really legit, right? I think so.
Right. When a certain group has been championing certain strategies, certain, whatever, policies and this and that for the longest time, for over a decade or whatever, and it hasn't panned out, and they've been forced to make the pivot. Yeah, they've been forced to make the pivot. They are now desperate for PlayStation to do the same thing so that they can conflate the strategies, right? Because if they don't, then the thing that they've been pushing that has failed, Xbox is singular in that failure, right? So they need PlayStation to adopt the same thing so they can say it's both. But it's a very, very interesting thing because me and Destiny were talking about it before the show started. This whole sort of, are they third party? Are they not? And I did say to you, and I'm happy to call out names, it's even on my Twitter. Like, if you notice, if you go to my Twitter, and I pulled up the receipts, whether it's Colt, whether it's Gaz, whether it's Alex, whether it's Fratanga, whether it's all of them who kind of Xbox aligned, should we say, or less PlayStation aligned, all of them did not consider Xbox a third-party multi-publisher when they had day-date PC games.
Okay, so to be clear, all right, yo, the delusion is real. So now we are desperate. We are desperate. We're the ones who are desperate to go ahead and have PlayStation do the same. Fam, PlayStation told you since January of 2024 that this was the plan. And then they came out and told you, you are the only desperate people here. Desperate for this not to be true. Desperate. Did we not just cover yesterday, if you guys saw, some of the sick people over there in PlayStation land who were going crazy talking about this? I don't know if any of you caught the show yesterday, but
yep.
Big Mig set us up, and then the other one, Broke Boy 2, they sent us this shit. And it's super dark, bro. Like crazy, unbelievably dark when we're talking about video games. But you got PlayStation dudes threatening to go hurt people at PlayStation because of this news. And then we're the desperate ones. Like, what are you talking about, dude? That's real crazy. Like, I can't even understand. And like, frankly, it's not even worth continuing listening to this dude, because he's talking about, now he's trying to play semantics here and saying that certain people didn't consider Xbox third party when they were putting games on PC and select games everywhere. And it's like, fam, no matter where anyone puts any games, they're always a first party because they have a platform. Third parties have no platform. First parties have platform. So even though PlayStation is going to be releasing its games everywhere, it's still a first party publisher because it has its own platform that it will release games on. Xbox was doing the same thing. This entire idea for them just to find a way to take that spotlight off of them and try to shift it, turn it just ever so much away from the idea that these games are going everywhere because PlayStation said so. It's mind-boggling. I want to shout out the homie Eric in the building, coming through. What's up, my dude? Thank you for being here, man. Let's start with you, bro. You just hopped in fresh. You just saw this. what's are we desperate? Is it you, Eric? Are you a desperate son of a bitch? Is that why you're on watching this type of show? Because we're so desperate to fucking have PlayStation games, the same games that we could have gone and bought on a PC, or we could have just bought a PlayStation. I don't know, like I did and other people have. I don't know. You tell me, Eric. Tell me what's going on, bro.
The only exclusives Sony ever had that I ever wanted were the ones that they money had it. Nothing that they actually made. So, but you stole my point when you're talking about as long as you have a platform, you're still a first party, but you dabble with the third party things, just that extra little cash flow, that extra couch cushion money. No, not desperate for anything that they have. Whatever comes over, it's just a bonus. I got Game Pass. I have no needs, no wants. I'm completely content.
As you should be. I think as most are, right? Everybody has their game, right? There's a lot of people who like Spider-Man, right? A lot of people are like desperate for. I don't know if desperate, but I think there's a lot of people who would like Spider-Man on the platform. I already played it. I have it on PlayStation. I have no care. And like, frankly, if I never, like, I would say the only game that I would be like, oh, that's fucking amazing, because I would just replay it to give me an excuse, would be like The Last of Us. But at that point, the only reason I give a shit about The Last of Us is because I already played it on my PlayStation. Had I not touched it ever, I wouldn't be desperate for it, right? It wouldn't mean anything to me. So I just don't understand. Like, I just don't understand these people and why they feel the need to go ahead and try to, downplay what's happening. Clearly, the world doesn't end when this happens, right? For the only factual information they have is that Xbox has done better since it happened.
Yeah, PlayStation doesn't have any lifespan games. They just have one and dones.
Facts, which takes away the desire for spending all that energy bringing them over, right? Like, why do we even care about that shit? But they're gonna do it because they want the money, right? Whatever money they can get is what they're going to look for. I mean, that's where I see it.
We're the desperate ones, but they're the ones buying all Xbox games on their platform.
Facts. Over any other game possible, which is real crazy. Demo, what do you think, man? Is this are you sniffing that desperation? You know what I'm saying? Are you like, oh man, I'm so desperate. I can't believe it. I just want PlayStation to do it the same so that I could feel better about myself. Is that your answer?
Hell no, man. These fucking ponies are crazy, man. What the hell is going on, bro? What is the desperation? No, ain't nobody asking for this. Ain't nobody poor begging for PlayStation games. They doing this shit on their own, bro. And they didn't even come out here and have like the decency to at least explain to them what they were going to do in their strategy. It's just like, it is what it is. As a Sony PlayStation fan, you have to accept everything that we give you, and there's nothing that you can do about it. At least Xbox came out and they try to, whatever you want to call it, whatever you want, but they try to like damage control the situation, at least reassured you, right, that they weren't going nowhere, and then they were gonna prioritize the console and the hardware or something. But there's really nothing out there for PlayStation. It's just like they're gonna do what they're gonna do. They're not counting on anybody. Doesn't matter how many letters, how many emails, how many times you cry online. The whole situation is not gonna change. They are in a dire situation and they need to get out of. How are they gonna do that? By porting some of the older games that they have sitting there, making zero money on PlayStation, and these games could easily go to PC and other consoles and ecosystems and perform and bring some money home, man, because you gotta keep the lights on. You gotta the Coco, and you gotta buy your luxury cars as well. You know, Hiroki Totogi, he likes the Bentleys and shit, and he's trying to make money, man. These people are trying to make money. Both companies are trying to make money. So they're gonna do what they're gonna do. The market is shifting. There is no desperation from Xbox guys to or PC guys to get any PlayStation games. Uh, I mean, what are we gonna get? What is the desperation for? But they don't got shit. First off, in order for you to be a third party publisher and and have certain I don't know, status, right? In here, you need to have the games, and now the situation with Sony PlayStation is like they cannot deliver any game. Right? Marathon is almost DOA. Fair games, because that's another thing. They only talking about how PlayStation is going to only port the games as a service that they have, but they literally have none of that. So what can they port? Like I said, all the games that they got sitting in there, they could be on other platforms. Like we're talking Spider-Man, we're talking Days Gone, we're talking Returnal, we're talking about those type of games that could easily go to any other platform. I'm not sure about God of War. I don't know if Sony PlayStation would do something like that. I'm not sure about something like The Last of Us, even though it makes sense because that's one of the ones that they love to milk. So if they were gonna make any extra money out of any of these games, I would think easily Spider-Man could be in any platform. It could be in the Nintendo Switch, and it could be in the Xbox. It could be anywhere, literally. And the other one, I would think so. I would think it could be Days Gone, honestly, because it was one of the ones that didn't sell that well. And I mean, it's just a matter of time before we get it over with this bullshit, right? Satya Nadella said it in one of the interviews. He hated exclusives. He wished he didn't have to live in a world where the exclusives existed. So I think that this was like, that Uno card. We were gonna show PlayStation that we can make money on their platform, and they're gonna bite they're gonna take the bait easily, and they're gonna want to do the same because just like Xbox, PlayStation wants to make money. This is not a matter of whether we as fans or enthusiasts of the hobby want it or not. This is happening regardless. So I can't see any desperation from either side on this happening. It's just like wild shit that these crazy ass ponies be saying, and this is what happens when you don't have a chat GPT. You know what I'm saying? And you're live doing a podcast, and you decide to talk shit out of your ass, straight up. That's just that's just what it is, man. It's just crazy, man. It's just crazy shit. I like ponies right now. They really need to take a step back and sit down and just chill. Just try to be nice because I mean the bullying. We could easily go ahead and bully the shit out of them, and it's gonna be a bloodbath, man. But it is what it is, man. Let them have their fun. Let them talk their shit. At the end of the day, we're getting games at a better deal and with more frequency as well. So they can go ahead and say whatever the hell they want. They can live in denial as much as they want. But
dude, they're
not
just
a
looking to
reality.
see what the fuck they're gonna say on the show. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they supposed to say now? The fact that all they could say is literally made up ideas that they are making up right now just shows you how down bad they are as a group, the pony group, not PlayStation fans, right? PlayStation fans, they're living good, right? PlayStation fans are getting Xbox games.
They don't even know this is happening.
No, they don't even
PlayStation
care.
fans
They
don't even know this is happening, bro.
Dude, they didn't buy God of War. They didn't buy Ghost of Tsushima or Ghost of Yote. They don't give a fuck about any of those games. If they were on Xbox or not, they could care less. But, before I get the homie Hargy in, and Eric, you had a slight echo happening from like, I guess maybe your speakers or something. So that's why I muted you, but you could unmute yourself at any time to talk. Just mute yourself when you're not talking. The homie Shizno Elite says, I'm so happy to see games on more platforms like they should be. Hardware shouldn't matter. We should be able to play what we want wherever we want. And honestly, Shizno, I mean, at this point, this is just like bars. Like these are the facts, right? Because
Bars.
once you remove yourself from the world that was, the console wars and my exclusive better than your exclusive and blah 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 blah, right? Once you remove yourself from that time, which I'm never gonna act as if I wasn't a part of that. I was. I'm now reformed. I'm good. I'm not worried about that no more. So it makes you start to think, right? It makes you start to think, right? Once you embrace this idea of what Microsoft is leading the charge on here and what clearly is the right path, because now everybody wants to follow, right? If you remove yourselves from the gaming space and think about any other form of entertainment and go and imagine a world where if a song came out and you didn't own the right CD player, or like if it was iPod exclusive, Apple exclusive music, sorry, the rest of the world you can't unless you go buy a iPhone or an iPad. Only Apple Music plays these songs. Like that would be wild, right? Like that would be crazy. Like music would, like, it slowly start to kind of die out, right? Because it'll be like, well, if the only way you could do it is on this platform, you're gonna have the segregation. People don't want that shit. Imagine a new movie coming out, and instead of going to all theaters, every movie went to a different theater exclusively. So if you wanted to watch this movie, you got to go to AMC. But if you want to go to this one, you got to go to I don't know, Holiday Stadium or whatever the hell, whatever movie places there are, right? Like it's such an old way of thinking, right? And the fact that TV, music, like movies, all that shit is so easily accessible because you can get it pretty much everywhere. Honestly, outside of, I feel like we do have like this streaming scenario where certain movies come out on certain platforms, but it's not exclusive. It might be exclusive to that streaming platform, but you can go still buy the movie, right? Like you could still buy the movie digitally and stream it. You're not locked away just because a certain place has the rights to stream it to you, part of their subscription. It doesn't take away your ability to purchase it, right? So it's just like Game Pass, right? You have Game Pass, you get the game for free. If you don't have Game Pass, then you just got to go buy the game, right? You don't lose out. And I think that's just it's so wild looking back, thinking about how held back gaming has been because of this kind of fake segregation, where now things going everywhere is ultimately going to lead to way more adoption of games across the board, which is going to overall increase how much money is made on games, how much money is spent on games. I mean, it's crazy. We do have the homie E-Man 2537. What's up, man? Thank you for being here. Thank you for that $5 super chat. Says they not like us. Microsoft is putting games on a dry system. They're going to crap the bed when Sony games don't sell too many games on Xbox. E-Man, I'm not gonna lie, dog. I'm not gonna lie. I've been having this thought a lot. I really have. So shout out to you, brother. I've been having this thought a lot because I really feel like there's a big difference between putting your game somewhere where there's just not a lot of first party content versus taking your game and putting it into a world where there's so much first party content, right? Like your game is competing in a different, in a very different way. Not to mention that I think there's a big group of people who own Xboxes who also own gaming PCs and who also own PlayStations. And I think that's a huge problem for PlayStation because like those old games that everybody's saying, well, just put them over there and people are going to buy them like crazy. It's like, well, I mean, I feel like a lot of people had other ways of getting those games by now and haven't. So I don't know how many of these games would legitimately come over and like blow up, right? Maybe Spider-Man, just because of the name, you know, and it being a Marvel property. But outside of that, I really don't know if they would have, you know, these huge successes coming over. So, E-Man, I share that kind of train of thought for me, for sure. Hargeet, what do you think about it, man? What do you think about the scenario we watched and heard with Nib and them trying to downplay everything, all the way through what, you know, Eamon just talked about with, you know, games might not do as good as, you know, people are kind of anticipating bringing their game over to Xbox in a world where Xbox supplies so many games.
So this is the problem of somebody who makes their life around a stupid piece of plastic instead of around gaming, just having fun. You know, as you mentioned, most of us have other platforms. I don't not engage with PlayStation games. I do. I play their games. It's not about me hating that side. It's more about, do I like the ecosystem? Yes or no? Can I stand their controller? No, my hands can't. That's just a fact. It is what it is. But I still play their games, right? If they have a game that I like, I play it. That's it. Just like the Switch, you saw, hey, you know what, Donkey Kong looks kind of cool. I'll buy it. Whatever. Fine. If it works, it works. It doesn't, it doesn't. We just play games. The problem on their side is they're in this for some freaking jihad where it's like, what the fuck are you talking about? Who gives a fucking shit?
Mm-hmm.
Why do I care? If their game sells 1 copy, 10 copies, 1 billion copies, I don't give a flying fuck. I care to play games. You give me a game that I want to play, I'll play the game. It's just that simple. If that's not for you, and you want to sit here and talk about some freaking stupid, oh my god, they're desperate. I'm desperate for nothing, bro. I don't give a shit. I don't care if PlayStation exists or not. I don't care. If Xbox died, it would kind of suck, but you know what? I'd just find my gaming elsewhere because I play games. I don't give a flying fuck. That's their problem. They think we exist because Xbox exists. Nope. That's not the case. We exist because we exist. We have a life. We're not freaking bots, literal fucking computer bots. We're human beings, and we just happen to enjoy gaming. That's it. And right now, Xbox gives me a fuck ton of value, and I just take it. That's it. I just buy the freaking thing that gives me value. They complain about why you don't pay more. Who the fuck pays more? Do you really go to a shop and say, oh, you know what? You want 1,000 for that? Let me give you 5,000 for that. Who the fuck does that? Well, let me reverse that. Actually, we know who does that. Morons like these people.
The ponies.
Who say, you
That's
know
probably
what?
hard,
Instead of spending $15, $12, $20, no. I'm going to spend $120. They should charge more for the games. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Why don't you just write half your paycheck over to these fucking companies? Because, they don't make enough money. Why do I care? They're always trying to figure out why it doesn't make this much and how this is going to kill that and this. Just fucking buy your game and play it. Stop warring. You're literally warring. There's no point to this. Do we look desperate? Do I look desperate to you? I don't give a fuck. What are you talking about? Dude, I can't even finish the games that are in my backlog. That's how much we have.
Big facts.
That's Game Pass. Instead of fucking warring like a retard, go buy an Xbox, get yourself some Game Pass, and enjoy gaming. Brah. That's all you need to do.
What did you just do? Did you just go brah? You just throw some like some gang shit in there.
So like all these people just have, and there's just no point to this, honestly. Like that's just it. It's just bullshit. Who cares where these games go? As long as I get my games and I get to play them, I don't give a shit. That's it. It's just that simple. If I can keep playing my games, I'm good. If that's a problem for you, you have problems. And all the narratives you guys have all been debunked over and over and over and over. And now even your side is buying, like, was it Demo who said it? Or maybe it was Eric. They're buying Xbox games on that freaking PlayStation. That's what you play. Xbox games. So I hate to break it to you guys. You're Xbox gamers. Whether you like it or not, you're Xbox.
They're Xbox fans now, bro.
You are Xbox gamers. Own it. It is what it is. Are you desperate? Are you desperate? Do you need those Xbox games? Because you're sure as shit don't have any of your own. Do you need those Xbox games? Who cares? Go play them. I don't give a shit. Enjoy the games.
That's hilarious.
This whole narrative just keeps getting ridiculous. But like you were pointing out, CMoney, they're in that valley of despair. They're figuring out the acceptance when they'll get to that, that level. That ultimately, Sony also doesn't give a shit. They'll pay homage to them, but they don't give a fuck. Ultimately,
they really don't. They really
this
don't.
guy's gonna say, "Where's my money?" And that's what PlayStation's gonna have to fork over. They have to fork over the profits. If they're not making enough, this guy ain't happy. And that's not going to spell good news for you guys. Because they're going to go put those games any fucking place they can to get as much money as they can. That doesn't mean it has to sell 10 million copies. If it sells 100,000 copies, they still made money. And they're happy to make money. That's it. They want money. That's what it is. They're all about the money. That's what they want.
100%.
Whether you like it or not, they don't give a shit. They're here to take the money from your wallet. One side gives you a nice little service where you get all the games. The other side says, fuck you, bend over and take it up the ass. Give me the money. You can choose. If you like that, that's great. I'm sure you're happy to support the devs. I'm here to support my wallet. You have fun with your stupidity.
Facts.
Enjoy.
Facts. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, I think you summed it up real good. We got E-Man back with a $2 super chat. Says, damn, Hargeet with HWA, Hargeet with an attitude. Yo, I mean, he went like he fucking made a gang sound in there. It was crazy. Razor Ultra with that $2 super chat says, Hargeet has finally had enough of the stupidity. I mean, it's real true, man. It's really a problem. It's really a problem that they're like this. I see Abdel 114 in the building. What's up, fam? Thank you for being here, bro. Honestly, you guys made all the points that would ever be relevant to this, because this is just the reality of what it is. And I think for them, I mean, this is like a therapy group that they're with right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just a bunch of ponies, at Ponies Anonymous, you know what I'm saying? And they're just telling their story and how they cope with it day by day and how they're getting by, how they're trying to stay clean, they don't want to go back, they finally saw their kid last week. They don't want to lose that no more. So they're trying to stay clean. Like, it's crazy. Yeah, I don't look. Honestly, we listened to like a minute and 23 of it, and honestly, I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, I don't even care what the rest he has to say. Like, I couldn't make it a minute and 24 seconds into a show that they would be on. Like, that's how bad these shows are. I don't understand how people listen to this shit. It's pretty crazy, actually. But yeah, listen, at the end of the day, we all understand the scenario that's taking place. We all read the same message, the same job posting from PlayStation. We all read it line by line, looked at every single version of the words that were said. It's clear as day. There's no confusion here. PlayStation is bringing their games to Xbox. It's what's happening. It's their focus. They mention Steam, PC, Xbox, and Nintendo, but then later on, they talk about an Xbox and PC division or whatever it is that group, and then the PC and Xbox one, right? Like Nintendo's not even really part of the conversation, right? So it's there. They're like, yeah, we'll try to see what we can do, get some Nintendo involvement, but it's Xbox and PC that's the focus. And that's just what it is. And obviously I just saw Abdel say, yeah, I went over Nate the Hate's comments. Yeah, we talked about it on Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. No, I'm sorry, yesterday on Thursday show. So we did cover it, but yeah, I mean, he came out and he said that,
More games are coming.
more
Ooh,
games are coming.
here's
Who
a
would have guessed
shocker.
it?
No, you mean they're gonna go hire a whole team for just one game? Oh,
It's true, man.
Nasty
You can't
work.
make this shit up. It is nasty work. It is nasty work. You really can't make this shit up. Yeah, it's really a crazy, crazy scenario. It's a crazy scenario. I cannot.
either way,
I can't miss it. I can't miss it. This is too much. So, yeah, fuck these clowns. It was just funny. We're gonna move on to the next chapter, man, because we definitely got more to talk about. So let me go here. All right, chapter 2. We briefly mentioned it, but I don't know if any of you, anyone else saw this. But I found it to be interesting, and I figured with us here, we can talk about it a little deeper. And it's the fact that it seems like Xbox's PC strategy and the way they're branding it is being shifted a little bit. And a lot of people have a lot of comments to say about the handheld, the ROG Ally X, the Xbox One, and not being able to play your console games on the handheld and all this other shit, or the games that you own or whatever the case is. And I again, I don't know if I'm looking too deep into it, but I kind of feel like I'm not, because I feel like a company like Microsoft doesn't do shit for grins and giggles, right? So we have been getting used to the Xbox PC branding, right? So it's not just Windows or just PC, it's Xbox PC. They wanted to associate Xbox PC together, right? Almost like on equal footing, right? So you kind of can envision that their PC strategy still revolves around the Xbox brand, right? The bigger Xbox brand, right? But now there is what seems to be a new strategy happening, because if you look at Grounded and the new Age of Mythology, if you look down, it's no longer Xbox PC, but Xbox on PC. And that feels like a very different distinction. I feel like what they're showing, and again, I definitely want to get your takes on this, but I feel like what they're showing is this idea that Xbox is what you're engaging in at all times, right? It's the Xbox ecosystem, It's not a different version of the Xbox ecosystem. It's the Xbox ecosystem, whether you play on your console or whether you're playing on a PC. It's your Xbox that's on PC, right? Like I feel like that's a very deliberate choice of words there. Xbox on PC. That also leads me to believe that, they told us that the goal was going to be to get every game playable everywhere. Okay. They wanted you to be able to play all your games, everything, everywhere. And the fact that they're saying Xbox on PC, your Xbox on PC, your games that you play on your Xbox on PC, I feel like that is the road that they're kind of paving here. And I feel like, changing it from Xbox PC to Xbox on PC is just a clear choice of words. Like they want people to understand that that it's Xbox, right? That you're engaging in regardless of where that is. What do you guys think? Again, I don't know if I'm thinking deeper. I feel like that doesn't just happen for a reason. Like I feel like it doesn't happen for no reason. I feel like the change happened for a reason. What do you guys think? Demo, we'll start with you.
Oh man. Yeah, this is exactly what they're doing. They are, literally merging or literally bringing you the Xbox experience on PC, and I think this is something that the PC community was asking for. They were looking for a way to that they could get like turn their PC into like literally a console, right? And the same thing with probably the new Xbox is gonna be like, in this case, bring PC to consoles, right? So it's gonna be like a situation that I think is gonna be good. And obviously Xbox got a lot of work to do before they can go ahead and call this, Xbox on PC. It's gonna have to be flawless, man. Like the PC community ain't gonna rock with whatever Xbox is gonna do. Like if they do it wrong, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be very critical of it. So in a way, that's good because we really want what's best, right? For the platform. So I just can't wait to see what they do with it, and hopefully they do a good job. I'll be like watching closely because I do use my Xbox a lot on my PC. Like I do play on my PC. I'm mostly on Xbox. You see me all the fucking time. Like I've been playing Final Fantasy through the Xbox app, not through Steam because I do have it on Game Pass, and the rest of the other games that I've been playing back and forth between my Xbox and my PC. And it's true. While my PC is running this game at a better resolution and all of that, it's just like more powerful in general. The console experience is like amazing, and that's what something that like I would love to see on the PC. And also like what they do with the library, like unifying all the launchers that you use and just like making everything easier for you. I mean, this is like I don't know why people make a big deal about it. Is it like Xbox telling you that it's still Xbox? You know what I'm saying? That I don't know. In my opinion, it's just like no, we're not gonna leave what we are. We are gonna evolve. This is what it means. Just the way I see it. Maybe Hargy has a different opinion on it.
Well, the other thing too, before Hargy, maybe it could also just be to eliminate confusion for the next generation, right? So like your next Xbox can play Steam, can play Epic Game Stores, can play GOG, can play EA, Ubisoft Play, or whatever the fuck. Like it's all going to be on there, right? So if that's the case, I think theoretically your Xbox is a PC, right? Like in that respect, right? In a PC gamer mindset, if you buy the Xbox, you have access to all those stores. So maybe they're just trying to be like the Xbox console, although it's going to have access to your Steam and all that other shit, is still the console. And then on the PC, it's Xbox on PC. I don't know. maybe
Yeah.
that's the case. Maybe it's just different, like trying to get ahead of next gen. I don't know. What do you think, Hargeet?
So I think this is just to clarify that there's Xbox on console and Xbox on PC. And it's simply that you you play your Xbox games just like you play your Steam games on your PC. That's it. I think that's really all this is. And I think you're right, CMoney. This is kind of, it's more for the upcoming ROG, which is an Xbox PC, right? That is a PC, that is an Xbox, right? So I think they want to like clarify what those things are. So an Xbox PC literally is a PC that's running Xbox, like the UI, right? And so that's going to be different than Steam OS, for instance. Xbox on PC just means this game is on the Xbox store on PC. It's also on the Steam store on PC, right? It's also on Xbox Series consoles, etc. Right? I think that's what they're really saying, right? I think the distinction is kind of just more to align with what's coming up, right? And there's going to be consoles like Xbox consoles. There's going to be Xbox PCs. That's going to happen.
There's
right?
going to be PlayStation Xboxes. You know what I'm saying? They're going to go ahead and make their
I
own
think that's a
Xbox.
good idea, by the way. I think that's really what they should do, but that's up to them, whatever. But I think that's really all it is they're trying to make that distinction now so that when they do release the Xbox PCs, remember, Asus is the first. Eventually, there's going to be more, right? And we're hearing rumors of Project Magnus, right? So there's more coming. And so if that's going to happen, then you have Xbox PCs, you have Xbox consoles, and you have, Xbox games on PC that you can play, through the Xbox store on your current PC, right? Whatever you built, whatever you bought, whatever laptop you have, you can get the Xbox experience, right? Just the games, right, on there as well, right? So I think that's all they're saying. That they kind of want to make that distinction since they're literally going to have PCs that are Xboxes that are coming out, right? So I think that's really what they're trying to do, is just like kind of change that now so that they reduce confusion later on, right? So,
I get that. Yeah, all right. I mean that's kind of where what I wanted to kind of talk about with it. I want to kind of see where you guys thought. Anytime they do something like this, this is not like a small, like somebody doesn't just go up to Phil and is like, yo, we're gonna add on in between Xbox and PC. You cool with that? You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people put this decision, right? And it's just like, why? I'm saying, like, why did that happen? Why, why the change? And as we speak on it, I do think it's more about the next gen console, trying to keep separate the idea that although the next console is PC like, it's not a PC, it's still a console. And then if you want to experience your Xbox on your PC, that's where you would go. And I think it makes it more clear. So that's good. Let me let's move on here. Let's see. Oh, okay. Sorry. I'm just getting ahead of myself already.
Wow, but
Finding it funny. Where's our boy? Oh, here we go. Okay. So let me take this chapter and then we're going to talk about something that the other episode we spoke on, and it's just kind of funny revisiting the idea. So this next chapter is going to be this here. So a style on Twitter put this post and says, no, it's not what you said, Detective Seeds. You precisely said that no one at Sony Studios is working on Xbox ports. No need to back down now after the hate tweet. It just proves that you know absolutely nothing. Stop pretending, being an insider while obviously you're not. That was rough. I'm sure, for Detective Seeds to read. So if you guys remember, we had a whole show where we talked a lot about the fact that Detective Seeds is an insider, quote unquote, for PlayStation, and the way he became an insider and how he handles it is that the people that he gets this information from do not want to give him this information. Like, they do not want to give him this information. They actively are essentially refusing the idea unless he asks. So if he asks them, then their panties drop. They can't control it. He has the voice or whatever it is, right? He asks and they just give him what he's looking for, right? And one of the things that had happened was, he mentioned that nobody, if you go over here on the on this tweet, he said, I have asked someone at Insomniac. There are no current Xbox ports of any Insomniac studio games currently being worked on by them or others at this time, inferring that nobody's making any Insomniac games of any type or anything like that. And then Nate the Hate came out and dropped a tweet where he said, yeah, more Sony games are going to come to Xbox. He doesn't know about the rumor about Lego Horizon, but if it did, who would even care? I don't think many would. We know Hargate hates Lego Horizon, so maybe we keep that over there. But
I think it's still coming, but whatever. Like,
yeah, I don't think anybody's gonna care, but sure. So he, I guess somebody messaged, somebody called Mr. Receipts. I guess responded to Detective Seeds and posted this. And then Detective Seeds says, no, if you learned how to read, I said that Nixus was not working on any, but not sure about others at this time is what I said. But then you read this one, and there's no talk of Nixus. He was talking about Insomniac, and he didn't say he didn't know about anything else. He just said that that's what they did. That's what they told him because he asked. Which, I mean, look, obviously the reason we had such a fun time talking shit was because we know, I mean, he's not an insider. He's nobody. He's just somebody who goes ahead and writes things and says things like, obviously things can change. Remember, he's the one who said that the PlayStation 5 Pro version of GTA 6 is the only version that's going to have 60 FPS. That's the only one. No other console version is going to have it. So as far as he's concerned, he found that out again because he asked. So I feel like I think it's a little damning for him to have put out a tweet just in theory talking about no games are coming or whatever it is, because he talked about other stuff in different tweets as well. And then to have fucking Nate the Hate come out, slap him up, then to have PlayStation come out, personally slap him up. I feel like what Mark Cerny did to D-Batch, I feel like PlayStation did to Detective Seeds. Detective Seeds like, nah, man, nothing's coming. And they're like, yo, we're hiring to bring everything. I don't know. It's a good time. It's a good time. And it's funny because all the insiders, no one decided to find out about that email that was going to come out. I almost feel like Matt Piscatella knew. Like, I almost feel like he knew that was going to happen, that the job posting, because he, like, the day before talked about how, yeah, the only way you're going to win is if you put your games everywhere. And then magically PlayStation comes out and announces it. But yeah, I mean, listen, it doesn't look good. It doesn't look good for him right now. Demo, what do you think, man? Do you think do you think Detective Seeds is just getting a bad rap right now? That he's a hardcore insider. He has all the knowledge because he has the whisper, the strength of that whisper. Just ask.
I don't know, man. I think the Sony PlayStation fanboys are going crazy with this one, man. It ain't nobody can predict what Sony PlayStation is gonna do. Stop the cap. No, none of these insiders knew when Helldivers 2 was coming. These people literally don't know shit. They just regurgitate whatever they hear around. And yeah, so some of the people might have a source, but now this is what they're doing. They're throwing off the sources by giving them the wrong information. And now nobody can deny this shit with a job listing like that, man. Come on, bro. Like I don't really understand how can they continue to live in denial like this, dude. Like it doesn't make any sense to me. They're just out here defending, bro. It's just like
dreams.
What
Just
would
dreams,
you?
hopes
Yeah,
and dreams?
what would you put your hands in the fire for Sony PlayStation to defend the company? Like, and you're gonna tarnish your reputation just because you're choosing that side, so you're choosing to go against the actual information. It's just weird to me, man. It's like they gotta stop. They gotta let it go. They're looking goofy. Same thing that happened with when it happened to the Xbox hardcore gamers. Everybody got pissed off, but the Xbox community reaction, right? Was more positive than this. In this one, you can see everybody's mad. Nobody's saying that this is good or not. Everybody's saying like, okay, they're gonna do it, yes or not, yes. But they're not taking any sides with this. They're just keeping quiet with it. I think the only one who's being condemning Sony PlayStation is Puerto Rock. I think out of all the Sony PlayStation fanboys out there, he's the only one who's actually been calling it out. As a way of saying like, yo, come on, boy, like this is happening. This is for sure. We can be in denial. This is the situation now. Like, are you with PlayStation or not? And I think that it's not gonna affect PlayStation and anyway. Like, I don't think these people are gonna even make a dent if they decide. All these hardcore ponies and bullshit gamers that we see on Twitter, I don't think that'll even make a real dent. And if they all decide to leave Sony PlayStation, I think a lot of people, like, nobody's gonna throw away the whole library. Nobody's gonna like crash out like that. I mean, only a few people will, but maybe you can count it with one hand. But it's just like kind of crazy, right? To see him reacting this way. So yeah, he's literally on denial as well. And this is the thing: when you are an insider, you can really be big inside. You choose to be an insider, but you can be a fanboy, because then obviously people are not gonna care about your leaks and shit. You're gonna be trying to look for the Sony PlayStation good news and trying to look for the bad Xbox news to shift the narrative the way you want. And that's just like not the way it is. If you choose to leak information, you're doing it like, okay, here's the information. I had nothing to say about it. I don't agree with it. You know what I'm saying? You just put the information out there, similar to something like Hasador does, right? He just put the information. He don't say shit about it. Just this is what's going on. And I think that'll be like a better look for them, right? To do it that way. But they picking sides. You can see, you go through his profile and he's copying for Sony PlayStation. It's like asking questions about Game Pass is profitable or not. It's one of these people who you can see that he's biased. It's right there. And I mean, when you're leaking information, it could be that you leak information or you said something just to say something and create rumor and create chaos within a community, right? So it's just a shit starter, to be honest with you. A shit starter, and we'll see if they can finish it. We'll see it, man.
Yeah, I mean, he also did the same thing, trying to break down the job posting because he had to try to break down the words so that he can make these people feel better. It's real crazy. Like, we broke down the words, right? Like, we went in there and saw everything that was said in there, yet they all are denying. It's like, fam, why don't you just ask? You know what I'm saying? Like, just go ask somebody over there and see if they tell you the answer, because you have the superpower, right? Superpower, you ask, you receive. That's what he said. I don't know. It's just funny to me that these dudes, they really, I mean, look, this is if you're going to be an insider, a PlayStation insider is the best one to be, right? Because there's like no games ever coming out, right? So it's not like you're ever going to be proven wrong anytime soon. Like, you have like 6 months of your rumor being legit minimum, because you just don't know, right? No, nothing's coming out ever in that fucking system. So you can say whatever you want. And these ponies, they're so distraught right now that they're just looking for anyone who gives them that beacon of hope.
A real hope. Yep.
Yeah, like they just want somebody to say, so you're saying there's a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's just
yeah, they using everybody. They use Nate. Who was it that they used last? Shinobi. They used Shinobi like little. You got an article or a job posting in the official Sony PlayStation website telling you what they're going to do, what they're about to do, literally. Like, it's right there. Like, you can be this stupid, and you are gonna use an insider who's known to be a Sony PlayStation fanboy, and this is the information that you're gonna use to clinch on, to hang on from the edge of the cliff or something. Like, come on, bro. It's just like, it goes to show that the really desperate ones are the Sony PlayStation fanboys. Nobody else, bro. They're the ones who literally all the shit is pointless. Like, after Sony PlayStation, what they're doing right now, if they go ahead and ditch their exclusivity efforts, I think they're gonna be looking goofy as fuck, bro. Because I mean, all the narratives being dead. One of them being the exclusives, right? Exclusives are better because they build these games with the either Xbox or PlayStation in mind, right? And they build it specifically for this piece of hardware so that it looks the best, and this is that experience that you cannot get anywhere else type shit. But we know that's not true. We know that's bullshit. We know that that God of War and Ratchet and Clank, it runs on a PC without an SSD. We know about all of this shit, and it's just like at this point, technology is so advanced, and people are so in tune with technology that we know what's up. The Sony PlayStation is like, okay, like, we cannot act like they're stupid anymore. They actually know what's up. So it's just like, it's just the future, bro. You can really go against it. It's gonna happen, and shit is gonna change, and that's something that we're gonna have to live with. Whether you like it or not, right? We're gonna have to adjust. Either that or just like stop gaming, bro. If like all you care is about exclusivity, and all you enjoy is games that people can't play, like like, I'm gonna have somebody make a game for myself specifically, and that's gonna be I'm gonna be the only person who can touch this game. If you feel that way, man, gaming is not for you, because that shit that works is like when everybody's included, even the people with lesser hardware. And we've seen it with, like, uh take into account a game like Doom, the Dark Ages, who released in every platform, and also how well he's done, right? Imagine if Xbox would have kept Doom exclusive to the console, like, it would have had so more.
What
like,
purpose?
like
It's
this,
just
man.
stupid.
It's like, man, I don't know, bro. It's like when you put a video out there, CMoney, you are like, okay, I only want Xbox fans to find my video. I don't You know, if you are gonna watch my video, you're not into gaming and you think that you can get into gaming by watching my video, get the fuck out of here. This is not for you. My videos are only for people who know about gaming and they love the Xbox. Like, do you imagine that, bro? Like, your channel would never grow, man. Because like, you're keeping people away from your content, bro. It's just like, I don't know. It doesn't make any sense.
Look, I think there was a time and place, and it was never about keeping everybody else out. It's just that kind of that back and forth between Xbox and PlayStation at the time where exclusives I don't think they ever, the crazy shit is I don't think they ever really mattered to the grand scope of people who were buying these consoles, clearly. But in that time, we were thinking it did. But like now you evolve, right? Like now you kind of move on from it and understand, like, okay, we did that. You know, we also used to shit in our diapers when we were kids, right? We don't do that no more, right? So you you evolve, you move on, and you just kind of keep it moving, right? So the shit that's crazy is like this dude, he's talked about that the Grand Theft Auto the Grand Theft Auto Pro version is going to be 60 FPS, right? But like ex Rockstar employee who's not currently there come out and said, I think you guys are going to prefer playing the game at 30 FPS. Like, you guys are going to be happy playing at 30 FPS versus 60 FPS because the shit that they're going to have to compromise to make it 60 is not going to be great. So I don't know. Look, we know for a fact that the CPU on the PlayStation 5 Pro is barely better than the PlayStation version, and we know the Xbox version is better. So fact is, if the game's capable of running 60 there, it'll be running 60 everywhere. So this is not about whether or not the game will be 60, right? Like, the game can be 60. Any game could be 60 if they lower enough settings. It's just whether or not they're going to make an exclusive version for the Pro, which is what he's claiming. And it just doesn't seem likely, you know.
How convenient.
Exactly. And then when it comes to the other stuff, like Paul Smith puts here, what's up, man? Thank you for being here, brother. Says, why would Sony pay more than $250,000 a year to someone who is just overseeing the porting of gas games? All their gas games failed. I mean, Paul, you ain't lying, dog. Like, that's like, what are we talking about here, man? What are we talking about here? You know what I'm saying? Right, you are. That one was just for you, bro. I got you, man. I got you. So yeah, Hargeet.
Yeah, look, I think the problem here is with assuming that what you hear from some employee, look, you know, he obviously knows people. That's fine. That's how he's getting inside information. Fine. You know, there's another person on the Xbox side that has this kind of thing going on. It's Rand, and you know, he just never says anything, right? Because he's like, dude, things change. I don't know if this is going to be true 2 days from now. And that's reality. We know that the execs at Xbox didn't know which way it was going to swing even days before they freaking make their decisions, because they're discussing. They're trying to figure it out. So why would random employee X know what the hell's really going on? It's just
they don't get to make those decisions. They just find out about them.
Right. They're not in that room, right? There's a room of like the top 5-10 people.
The room where
they're making those decisions, right? And you don't know, right? And so this could be handed down by Hiroki, like, you know, in the last 3 weeks, and that job posting goes up because that's what Hiroki said. Well, that random Insomniac person may not know that, right? And this is just unfortunately the way it is, right? So these things are always with a grain of salt. You might take some of this information and say, hey, I know what's going on. And then it turns out you don't, right? And this is just normal. I'm sure people who work at companies, you know how this goes, right? Sometimes you can sniff out what's going on and you're good at it. And sometimes you just toe the line and you think everything's going the way you think it's going. And you have no idea that things are about to shift radically the other way. and you just don't know, right? And this is just the way it is, right? So I don't, I'm not going to go against any specific person, that, right? And Detective C's is a nice dude, whatever, that's fine. But he is obviously, and he's told us, he's a very pro PlayStation person. He has friends over there, and that's fine. It's totally fair. I have no issues with that. But this is unfortunately what happens when you put yourself out there. If you take some inside information, sometimes it's wrong, and this is why Rand never does it. Like he can predict things, and they always turn out to be right. You know why? Because he actually knows, right? But he's never going to say it. He's never going to say. He's never going to tell you this is what's going to happen.
Yep.
He's smart about that. He's just never going to say it. Jez puts shit out there all the time. He doesn't. But Rand knows. It's great. I love it. I love that he does that. But he's smart about it. It's like, dude, anything will change. You'd never know. He's never putting it out there. He's never. He'll predict things randomly that are like, oh shit, that turned out to be true. But he will never say this is going to happen or this is the way it is. He's like, no, because he knows things could change. You never know. Next hour, something could change. And that's unfortunately, this is what happened to him, right? So fair enough, right? The job posting's out. It's done, right? You like, there's just no other way to slice this. It's done. They didn't need that for the 3 gas games they have, right? That's like Marathon's already slated to come to Xbox. That's not going to get rescinded. It's going to happen. Right? Fair Games, if it stays alive, they're going to want as much as they can because that game is already looking like it's not going anywhere. So they'll probably put that thing on Switch 1 if they have to. So put it everywhere.
360. Put that shit on the 360.
Wherever the frick they can put it. I just don't. What else do they have? Like the Horizon, whatever MMO thing. They need to hire somebody for that. No, they don't. So it's very obvious. This is a strategy shift. It's probably been a very recent one, and it's not something they expected, but has been pushed down. And that's just the way it is, right? So I like there were struggles happening at Xbox, the same thing with like the whole layoffs and changing direction and all that stuff. That was also just they kept pushing, and eventually it came down from the top. Thou shalt, and that is it. It is what it is, and that shifted directions. Right. So whatever. I just, it's a good idea to always, if you're going to say any of these things, and he did pretty respectfully say, hey, this is just like, I don't think there's anything happening. Fine. The way he kind of put it, you can kind of have the plausible deniability, but you should always put that in there. It's like, yeah, dude, anything could change at any time. This is currently what I've kind of heard.
They're always right.
Yep.
Right. Because there's no way to know. Right.
He got in his feelings. He got in his feelings,
and so
definitely.
And that unfortunately happens if you're very pro one side. It like you want to tend to believe that side's doing what you want them to do versus what is going to happen, right? And so that's just the way it is, right? So, but yeah, I mean, like hopefully a good lesson learned for Detective C's. Just be careful with these kind of things. You just never know.
Honestly,
like,
I don't think there is a lesson that he's going to learn.
I hope he does. But
I think the ponies keep him going because he's a beacon of hope for them, right? If just like Nib and all these other dudes who sit here and they write all this shit, right? It's the beacon of hope, right? Don't worry, guys. It's not as bad as it sounds, and not even that. Let me take that back. It's not that it's not as bad as it sounds. It's not true, right? That's what they're trying to say, right? It's not true. Oh my god, it's just these Xbox dudes. These Xbox dudes are so desperate, right? Like that's the mentality, right? That's what these ponies are looking for. So they got somebody this who's like, you're telling me my games are safe over here. Thank you.
Yeah, and again, like if people are really like hanging on every word from somebody, like that's okay, that's their problem. This is all supposed to be fun, and like it becomes toxic because of this, and it's like this is just not necessary. Right? Just say like and I think he kind of said it the right way, but this is also why I hate social media. Right? He might have been saying things, but it's shortened and it just doesn't. I don't know. It should be mostly like, hey, like I just heard this. I don't know if it's true, but that's what I'm hearing. take it for what it's worth, right? And that's how you kind of have to take these things. Because again, like we've all been like, I don't know if you guys have been employees, but I've been an employee, and you don't know the truth, and shit changes on a dime depending on how the money financials work out, how sales work out. Like you could find out like the next hour, half the company's gone, and you have no idea that that's gonna happen, right? And you're just sitting there saying, well, this is what I hear. Everything looks okay to me, and then suddenly like, oh well, tomorrow half the company's gone. You never know. And you just have to kind of deal with these things, right? It's just the way it is, right? And there could just be strategy shifts. We're not going to be doing this anymore just because I said so. Oh, okay. So that entire division's gone. Oh, shit. You just don't know these things, right? And so a random employee may not know, even if they're high up in that studio, they just may not know. And like strategies shift. And I'm pretty sure Nishino and Herman were told, you're going to do this. And that's what ended up happening. And that's how this job showed up. That's the way it goes, right? Like, fine, right? Whatever. We'll see how it goes. But, this is why you get egg on your face if you just do these kind of things. It's just better to just say, "What? Fuck it. This is just rumor. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true at all. You can take it for what it's worth." Just always caveat for that.
This is the thing. Like at that point, anybody can do it, right? Like in that scenario that you just explained, I can decide today that I am in fact an insider, and somebody I told that I know works at these companies and told me that every game that Sony has ever made dating back to PlayStation 1 is going to be ported exclusively to the Xbox. Now listen, things may change, okay? But that's what I'm hearing. Listen, it is
that's already a fact because it's going to happen with the Steam store coming anyway.
That's why I said it. Technically, I'm right.
Hey, Hardy, don't do it like that. Don't do it like that.
I was going to come back to this video in a couple of months and be like, you see, I told you
I was right. It's also, by the way, why I generally tend to not like release shit that I know, because it's like you never know when the thing changes, and like, okay, I'm just gonna like leave it alone.
So I mean, if we're gonna be fair to ourselves, right? We did get some information that turned out to be correct.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, now we can reveal.
Year,
Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
We knew about that. We knew about that.
We knew about it. And look, it was right. So I should have just stuck to my guns. I should have been like, I'm an insider.
So Boom put it out there, and I'm like, I didn't want to be associated with that.
He did it really strongly. You know what I'm saying? He was like, you're never going to guess.
Yeah.
Boom was wild. He was like, you'll never guess what game this is. But it's the only PlayStation game that's been successful this year. That's all I can say. You'll never guess.
You'll never guess. That was the funniest shit.
But but anyways,
I'm forever gonna hate Boom for that one.
It was hilarious, Joe.
But that's exactly why I don't put it out there. I don't know. And it's like, you know what? I'm not going to stretch and say, oh, this is absolutely happening. But there are very good hints it's happening.
Right? Exactly.
To hell with it. I'm not going to put it out there until it's like official. Like, whatever.
Listen, look, if Starfield comes out next year with the expansion, then I'm going to reveal that I've been I've been insider all this time, and I was just
Todd and I are like this.
Pretending. Exactly. I know, Todd. We go way back. Oh yeah. I will. Just get prepared. I'm gonna come out and say that I'm an insider if that's true, because I said it, and then I have every reason to prove myself as I was an insider. So you're welcome. Okay, we're gonna start. We're gonna change the name of the show, Insider CMoney Show. Just now that Special Nick is not allowed to do his rumor mill on his show, I'm gonna start a rumor mill on this show, and I'm gonna get my phone and be like, I just got a DM. I don't listen. I'm only speaking the words that are on this DM. Wow, I can't believe this. I'm not saying that I am the insider. I just have a phone that's the insider, and I just say the words that are on my phone. shout out to the homie Special Nick. Had the fucking best fucking setup.
Yeah,
And he
that's
getting
terrible.
shut down by his homies on his own show. That's crazy.
I mean, you can literally do that.
Hashtag justice
Simone.
for Special Nick.
Shit.
Say it again.
You can literally do that. You
Anybody can do
literally
it. Anybody can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we'll start one.
Yeah,
here.
look, and Shane G has a very good point, right? I thought, because what I knew was there was going to be a new thing announced and released this year. And I thought, well, gee, that generally tends to be Forza. It's really about time for Forza to come out. So I thought Forza was coming. Turned out to be Grounded 2. That's what actually happened.
It was
See?
Grounded too, but Hargeet, see, this is what you have to do. Let
That's
me
why I
help you
always
pivot.
said, take
Look.
it with a grain of salt. I don't
Listen.
think I can't be guaranteeing you this stuff, but I think it's this.
Hargeet, I'm gonna teach you how to sell this right now, bro. What are you talking? Don't confess. This is what you say. Don't you learn from any of these people? Shane, dog, I was talking about Forza 6, but things change and they held it till next year. Don't you remember Phil came out and said Forza's
I'm not that
happening
guy.
next year? That's the game I was talking about. But
Yeah,
things
no, I'm not that person. I really thought, because the
Yeah.
inside info I had was something is going to be shown at the showcase and released this year.
Listen, I don't think
And
anybody thought Grounded
like,
fucking 2 would come out.
Yeah, I had no idea Grounded.
Let
2. And I'm like,
alone that it's so fucking amazing.
and it's like it's about time for Forza to come out. So that was really was. But I was telling guys, I'm not 100% on this. It's just my opinion, right?
I
So
I'm gonna
that's
start,
why I put
I'm
that
gonna
caveat
start-
out there. It's like
Mm.
I don't know if
Hey,
it's true.
And
but
this is why you're not good at the job, Hargy.
Yeah, exactly.
You
Hargeet.
are
This is what
too
I'm gonna do.
pure.
I'm
You are
gonna
too
abduct your insider claim, guys. I'm the one who told Hargeet that something was gonna go. He thought it was Grounded. I didn't want to tell him, but it's actually Forza, guys. And Phil Spencer did announce it, so insider CMoney, big and bold.
oh boy.
Now you know. If you know, you know. You know what I'm saying?
But no, that's exactly why I'm like always like that. I don't like to, so I didn't reveal why I knew that was that way. But I'm like, I think Forza is gonna happen. I think, but I'm like 90% sure, but I didn't tell you why, but that's why. And it turned out to be Grounded 2, which surprised the hell out of me. And I'm like, yes, that's awesome. Because Grounded 2 is doing really well right now. Apparently, it's pretty good.
Oh, it's
Awesome.
It's amazing.
Awesome,
It's amazing.
actually.
You haven't started it yet?
I have
Yeah,
not-
yeah,
dude, I haven't played a game this week. I've been so busy. I have
Wow.
had no time. And like I had the normal podcast and then I had the one yesterday. So
No. Wow.
oh,
So you started your job this week.
yeah, a new job. Yep.
Good?
So,
Good? Like
I'm
it?
going on site and yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good so far. So
Nice.
That's awesome,
But yeah.
bro.
Awesome, man. Good shit. Good shit. Well, listen, I think that's our talk on the insider. Just so you know, Detective C's, he ain't no insider. I'm the real insider. I guessed Forza. I didn't guess. Whoa, delete that, cut that out. I insided Forza Horizon. I'm the one who leaked it to Hargeet. And it turned out he thought I was talking about this game, Grounded 2. No, I was talking about Forza.
oh my goodness.
Phil Spencer already confirmed that I was right. So hashtag CMoney is the real insider. Okay, that's just what it is. All right. Let's move on. We got another quick. Where is it? Hold on. Let me get my chapter. Oh, okay. This is what we'll talk about real fast. I mean, it just kind of is what it is, but we'll talk about it a little bit. Let me put my chapter stamp. There we go. All right. So this next chapter, we're going to talk about, drum roll please, the PlayStation 6. The device that many believe would never be here. And guys, I'm going to tell you, first of all, Hargeet, get ready. Get fucking start training. I need you in there, dodging, weaving, getting ready to slap some ponies up, because I want you to know they've upgraded. Okay. So D-Batch, he told you that the Pro was going to be a 4090, right? And you had to slap that up. Well, Nib is now saying, based off of this, that what's that guy's name? Moore's Law. Moore's Law is that that based off of his information, but with Nib's calculations, it's going to be more like a 50-80. Okay. So the PlayStation 6 50-80 compared to the 40-90.
50-80 rocks. He smoked 50-80 rocks. That's what he did.
So Nib writes this fucking long ass shit. D-Batch shit.
No, corrected by D-Batch. Oh, be
D-Batch
careful, y'all.
people.
Oh,
Does he not
shit.
know that he's not allowed to say anything about tech anymore after his 40-90 and having literally PlayStation send down their goons to come get you and tell you that what you said was a lie? That's wild. Keep your thoughts to yourself, dog. But yes, so he wrote some words here. I mean, honestly, I don't. Let me show you the picture yourself. This is from Moore's Law is Dead. Okay. I love how he puts all this YouTube like shit in the back, you know what I'm saying? Just to let people know you got it from there. Bro, all you're doing is proving how wrong you are all the time. Like, what is wrong with you? You should just hide that shit. Just don't let nobody know that you done said this dumb shit. I mean, not that I don't know anything about this, man. But Hargate, you may. Demo, I'm assuming you don't know either. Okay. But PlayStation Orion, which is the PlayStation 6 home console, early specs leak. Chiplet design with some mention of possibly utilizing Navi 5 desktop chiplets. Are those the little gums that you pop out of the little plastic container, the little chiplets? Is that what that is? They're like squares? No?
Those are chiclets. But anyway.
Oh, chiclets. Got it. Just want to make sure.
Chiclets.
Maybe he's confused. Maybe he's talking about chiclets. He's saying it's going to be backwards compatibility to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 generations. No mention of PlayStation 3. I mean, you would only hope that it should work to at least PlayStation 4. We know PlayStation 3 was different. They haven't cracked the code yet to get PlayStation 3 games running natively, so I don't think they're going to magically do it for the PlayStation 6. Heavy emphasis on cost constraints and keeping power lower than the PlayStation 5. Now, this is the thing. That is something that is typically weird. Like, normally you need more power to run more power, but like, I'm pretty sure like Apple's been crushing it with their own designs, like getting more output from less power. I'm sure we're heading in that direction where companies are doing this. So I feel like that's not necessarily a stretch. Manufacturing plan for mid 2027 with a likely fall to early 2028 release date. We heard 2028, right, for release. I think that was the rumor. Actually, that's where the when Microsoft was in court for ABK, right? That's when they said the next PlayStation will come out in 2028. So that is pretty much on point. We know that they just started their relationship with AMD, trying to get things not AMD forever. I'm saying this Project Amethyst or whatever the fuck. That happened right after they released the PlayStation 5 Pro, because the PlayStation 5 Pro came in hot, and then they basically scratched Pisser and started working with AMD on Amethyst. So 160 watts, which is lower than what consoles are now for the PlayStation, or at least what the Pro is. Says 8 times Zen 6 or later cores, 40 by 48 RDNA 5 compute units at 3 gigahertz plus. I don't know what that equates to. Like, I don't know what the consoles are now, so I don't know what that means. 160-bit or 192-bit bus with GDDR7 at 32 GT per second, and rasterization performance estimated to be 3 times PlayStation 5. Ray tracing uplift expected to be higher. So the regular performance is going to be 3 times as powerful, but if ray tracing is involved, when you compare them, it's actually gonna be more than 3 times. Because Canis is verified to be on 3 nanometer and Magnus is on 3 nanometer. I believe this is 3 nanometer as well. It's clear that PlayStation 6 Orion started as a chiplet design that looked kind of like an RDNA 3 layout, but it's also clear that AMD was trying to convince Sony to share dies with desktop. So it's very possible that the final design could use AT3 or AT2 like Xbox Magnus. And therefore it could end up getting more than 48 compute units, but likely the same or less than Xbox. Okay, so this is also from a 2023 AMD presentation. So in 2025, he's writing articles on 2023 information. Got it. Cool. That sounds fun. Some specs may have changed by now. God damn. As soon as you say that, bro, as soon as you say some shit may have changed, you immediately just fucking throw the shit out. Like, stop talking like you.
Why even
If you're
say
gonna
this
pretend
then?
to be an insider, grow some fucking balls and say this is 100% the information. If you're just saying it for clout and then it's not gonna be the same, then you're just wasting everybody's time. Like, be quiet. Okay, so so first of all, he's basically admitting here that as however much power this equals, it's going to be at the best the same level of power at Xbox, but most likely less than the new Xbox, which
Correct.
I believe, right? I believe Xbox is going to be looking to make the best hardware, which is what they always do. PlayStation just doesn't understand what that means, you know. And remember, Xbox is the software company, PlayStation is the hardware company, but Xbox makes better hardware than PlayStation.
Well, remember,
You know what I'm
all
saying?
the hardware is made by one company. It's AMD, and I can get into specifics if people want to hear all the technical jargon, but there's enough out there now that I can kind of reveal some shit.
Okay, well, I do want that, so that's good. Good. I am gonna want your. That's what. See, I felt like you would. You know what I'm saying? I felt like you would. That's why I preemptively said that.
There's stuff we know.
The man.
And again, this is one of those things that, like, how much am I supposed to reveal?
Yeah, no, reveal it all. Reveal it all. This is remember.
But
hey,
there's enough
I'm an
public shit
insider
out
now,
there
Hargeet,
now.
so now you're on the show.
You
could
I'm not the one revealing it.
listen. Don't worry. Every headline, we'll write it ourselves, is going to say "Insider CMoney says," and then
Insider
your
CMoney,
words.
right?
Yeah, so it's okay. It's okay. But real quick, Razer is also just pointing out that the 5080 is 360 watts TDP. And this one's going to be 160 watts TBP, maybe TDP.
TDP.
Yeah. So
toilet paper.
Seems like toilet paper. That's wild.
It's the thermal. Anyway,
but
so
also before you go into that, because you might have something to say about the next part, it's just, oh shit, what happened? Here it goes. Canis, the PlayStation 6 handheld, has early spec leak as well. So do you want to talk about the console first, and then we'll talk about the handheld, or talk about it all, and then you could just go in on everything?
So I don't know as much about the PlayStation handheld. I can tell you about the consoles, and I can tell you a little bit about what I understand of the handheld on the Xbox side, but if it happens, right? But so essentially, Xbox had to come up with a plan as to whether they want to do something very similar to what they've done before, or create a platform, and that's what they decided to do, is make the platform. So Magnus is an open platform that others can leverage. So basically, what we understand of it, Magnus is going to be about 68 UDNA or RDNA 5s, and this is going to be 48. So there's going to be a substantial bump.
That's a big difference.
So so ultimately T-flops, and again, T-flops don't necessarily matter, but they're very similar.
But it paints a picture. It paints a picture.
I'll give you an idea. It's in the range of, say, 30 to 35, maybe a bit more on the PS6 side. It's about 52 on the Xbox side. Okay. And the platform is not required for any OEM to say it's going to be full. They can bump it down if they want to. it's got built-in capability on Magnus to turn things off to be portable. So if you wanted to, for instance, use the same Magnus platform and make a portable with it, it will allow you to core down, right? So you'll cut it back, much like the Switch does, right? Cuts back, and then you can bring it to full speed when you're docked, right?
Nice.
So you have that capability. But docked or in a desktop format, right? In a landed under TV format, it's a substantial beast at this point. So to put it in equivalence, you're probably looking at like 40, 80 to 50, 70 performance levels on the Xbox side. You're probably looking at close to that, but just shy, right? Because you do have a performance lift on the Xbox side. The rasterization for RT is going to be better, a lot better on the Xbox side. It could approach what we're seeing for ray tracing performance on a 4090, just for the RT part of it, not for the rest of it, but for the RT part of it. The other side is going to be, it's close, but it's not going to be at the 4090 level. It'd probably be at the 4080 level or 4070 level, which again is great. That's very good, right? So they're both going to be substantially better than where they are. Now, remember, this is the AMD side of it. So it's not a 1-to-1, because as we know, NVIDIA has that, leg up when it comes to their tech, right? So just keep that in mind, right? It's not going to be 1-to-1, but it's going to be close. And this is going to now run with the latest FSR. All those capabilities are going to be there. I believe they're both, like, Pisser has been like sidelined. They're both using FSR at this point. So it's going to be whatever is built in on the hardware on the AMD side using AMD's tech. So there will be a substantial lift. Again, this is all theoretical. Understand that none of this is actual stuff, right? This is all leaked shit. So don't expect this to be totally accurate. Things can change. Whatever.
It's okay. It's CMoney's rumor mill.
It's
Whatever,
totally
it's in the
like,
rumor mill. You're
just
good.
keep that in mind, right? But this, from what we understand, that's kind of where it is. So there could be anywhere between like a 30 to 50, 60% performance lift from the PS6 to the Xbox equivalent. And again, remember, this is a platform, so you don't have to buy the Xbox itself. You can buy one from an Asus, from a Lenovo, whoever else wants to make one, right? So they're going to partner up with others that can also make an equivalent. And the current rumor is next year you will get the partner device. So they will use this platform. So we will be able to get this in our hands potentially fall next year. Okay, now will that be a console OS that gives you the Steam capability, or will it be a PC OS that gives you an Xbox UI? I don't know that yet, but I think it's going to be more that. It's going to be the PC giving the Xbox UI. That's my guess. I don't know if they have the console OS ready, which is otherwise they would just release the console, right? So I think that's kind of what it's going to be, but it gives you an idea of where things are going, right? So this is very interesting, right? The other question will be price range, because they're kind of consolidated. Oh, by the way, the cores are also different. Zen 6, same, Zen 6, but there's more cores on the Xbox. It'll have 11 versus 8. So there's more oomph in the Xbox on the CPU side as well. So
Which
just keep that in mind. So yeah, which they've always had, but now they have more cores. It's like right now they have equal cores. They just run it at a higher frequency. Now they'll have more cores. So so you have that as well. The expected cost for all this is going to be interesting, right? So I would expect PS6, and Xbox Magnus to at least be in that $600 to $700 range. It could be cheaper, but I doubt it. I don't think they're going to subsidize it. So you're definitely looking at that, if not more. Because it's a specific APU, I think they can scale it enough to make it cheaper. A lot of this performance, just consider what a 4090 costs today, what a 4080 costs today. It's a lot of money, right? And you're getting something that's now going to give you that level of performance at a much cheaper price. It includes the CPU, it includes the memory, it includes the SSD. It's a pretty impressive thing to get for that kind of cost. But it is possible they can scale it down to get you that 700-ish, maybe 800-ish range. That is possible, right? So that's what I don't know if it gets beyond that, because look, Phil said, hey, anything above 1,000 is kind of stupid, right? It's just not going to happen, right? So I'm going to guess they're definitely targeting lower than that. To make it effective for their partners, it's going to have to be reasonable. So I think that's what they're going to do. So I think it'll be in that range, much like we're seeing with the potential for the price of the ROG, right? It's got like a $500 to $800, $900 price range, right? For the low end to the high end. I think you're going to see something like that, $700-800. Maybe it goes up to $900, but I think it would be in that range. And I think they're both going to kind of compete on price. I don't think they're going to be too far from each other. But you will see and look, PlayStation, again, this is all rumors, could up their performance as well. But based on what we understand today, Xbox will have a substantial performance lead. But now again, a 4080 is freaking awesome, right? I'm not going to sit there and say a 4080 sucks.
Yeah,
a 4080 is a fantastic card.
It's 48.7 teraflops. So you said Xbox is around 50 teraflops.
No, the other one is a 31 to 37. It's a 37 or so. Well, let's put it at that, right? So let's say 31 to 35, 36, 37 in that range, right? Because I don't know what the frequencies are going to be exactly, but let's say it's that, right? So we can kind of gauge that's how much it is, because it's 40 to 48. Let's say it's 48, right? I'll give you, it's like 35 to 37, right? So it'll be in that range. Whereas if it's
a 3090 is 40 teraflops.
Yeah.
So you're looking at a 4080 versus a 3090, give or take roughly.
Well, because remember that the 90 series is always really good, right? So like a 3090 really matches the 4090, like, because the 3090 is still probably gonna be better than like the 40.
So it's more like a 3080 Ti.
Right? Yeah, so that's
no, I'm sorry, that's a 3090 Ti.
Yeah,
so it wouldn't be that 3090 Ti.
It would be in that 4080 range. That's probably where we're looking. However, the RT capabilities won't be as impressive because of the performance levels. So the RT level performance will be a little. But again, we're talking very high. It's very good. A 4070, 4080. These are really, really good cards. Right, you're kind of looking at that level of performance, and again, it's not going to be 1-to-1 because NVIDIA is NVIDIA, and this is all AMD, right? So just keep all that in mind, but consider that it's in that range, and then the Xbox will be just a bit above that, 48 to 68 CUs, right, at that same kind of range. So you might be looking at 50 plus, T flops versus 35-ish T flops. But again, within like a 4080 to a 4090 has a substantial lift in T flops, but that doesn't mean it gives you that much more performance, right? But it is, it's there. Right? You get that bump. So just keep that. So that's essentially, and again, this is all rumors. Don't take this as it's a sacrosanct thing.
It's all right, bro. CMoney's rumor mill. You're good.
So, but that's kind of, from what we understand, that's kind of what's happening. Okay. So potentially next year, you might have one of these Magnus devices available, if not from one or more available partners to put them out there. And then I hope it'll be in that 800-ish, 900-ish range. And maybe even cheaper, $700, $600. It could be in that range, but it just depends on what they put in there. Right. So at this point, you kind of really want to have 2 terabytes for storage. I think they're both targeting in that like 32 gig range, but I like there's, on the PlayStation side, they're saying it's 24 to 32. So, it could be that you have a little bit less there. So we'll see. Right. So, but either way, that is a lot. even 24 is a lot. That's a lot, right? So I don't want to say that's not good enough. It's a lot. So but this is kind of what we're hearing. Again, I can't really get into more than that. That's kind of where we are.
Hardy breaking every
Yeah.
pony heart out there.
Yes,
Again,
yes.
this is rumors, right? It could have changed dramatically. We don't know. The PS6 could come out even more performant, right? We don't know. But from what we understand, that's where they are.
Well, let's just say you're saying all the right things, Hargeet. This is what I like to hear. I love the fact that Xbox is aiming to be a beast, and that's what I want. Listen, and that was CMoney's Rumor Mill first episode. Thank you so much for joining for that. Demo, now that you've heard, what do you feel about everything that Hargeet said?
Bro, I don't know why it's always so convenient to leak this type of information after the rumors or the confirmation, right, that Sony PlayStation is going third party and putting games on Xbox. So this is very convenient. Is the timing is kind of like incredible, if you will. But I mean, if you really want to believe this, I don't know how I feel about the next generation of consoles. I think that what Xbox is doing is bringing something new to the table, something innovative. But when it comes to PlayStation, what are they really doing, and what is it that they're going to do that is gonna make me want to consider getting a PlayStation? And I don't see that happening, especially because they literally had no games. So I don't know. It sounds good. It sounds good on paper. Right, it sounds more powerful than what we have right now, and it sounds like we will probably see like a difference between one generation to the other one, a little bit more from like I feel like this generation has been kind of underwhelming, in a way. If you compare it from the jump that we did from the 360 to the Xbox One, you can see how the graphics change and the innovation and stuff, and you can sort of see it now towards the end. But it was kind of underwhelming, so I don't know how I feel about getting a new console now with the next generation, with my current Xbox being cool still and running games perfectly fine. I don't know. I'm kind of if I want a performance, I will play on the PC, but gaming in general, I'll still do it on my Xbox. And it doesn't really make a difference to me. I gotta see more, right, from both, and see if it makes sense for me to actually buy one, because right now I'm pretty good. I'm not needing any more power on my Xbox Series X. It's running games pretty good now. I don't really see what else could I be asking from that console, to be honest. And the same thing goes to PlayStation.
I mean, you
as
see it
well.
on your PC.
Yeah,
Right.
but it's like
you have the PC though. That's the difference, right? So since you
Yeah,
have the PC, it's like, what does it matter?
right, and I know that because I do have the PC, and I could see the performance being better than
And what's
one
your
than
current
the other
graphics
one. And
on your
I
PC?
still choose to play on the Xbox. This doesn't make any fucking difference to me in that aspect. And yeah, I do have a 3080. Thank you.
You have a 3080. Okay, that's why you're
3080.
several gens behind now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you, Hargy.
Well, no, but like it gives you an idea of like where
yeah,
you. So like the PS5 Pro, I had estimated at 3070 level, right? You're a little bit above that, right? So, and that
I'm
turns
way
out to be where it
above
was.
that. Wait. Right now, I have
So-
gears here at 240 hertz. I'm way beyond that.
Well, that's the
easily.
beauty of PC, right? You can
Mhm.
scale to
Yeah.
whatever you like, right?
Exactly.
But if you had a 4090, you'd understand what we see, right?
Yeah, no.
So, because we can turn on path
I've been in the
tracing, right?
presence of 4090s
Right.
and shit. I know.
Yeah.
how it
But so we
looks.
can turn on path tracing, which you're not going to do on a 3080.
Yeah, of course. That's
right?
definitely
Which this will do now. This can give you path tracing, right? And potentially, because you're going to have scaling with FSR4, you could get it at 60. You could get path trace 60, which on a console is going to be phenomenal. Like I think that was the promise we were looking for when they said ray tracing. Was really what we wanted was path tracing, And now you'll potentially have that. I think on both of these boxes, they'll do it. One will
But,
just do it a little bit better, right?
As long I would say, Hargi, as long as it actually makes sense, because I can't really think of any game on the Xbox that I play, and I'd rather have ray tracing on. I only try it out for a little bit. Say, all right, it looks okay, it looks cool, it looks sharpy as fuck, and it just
But that's
like
because
kind
it's
of like
never really at 60
yeah.
FPS. Where on
Yeah.
PC, when you play it and you can play full speed
Yeah.
frame rates, and like Cyberpunk 2077
Yeah.
maxed is
Insane.
transformative. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you didn't know games can even look like that, right? Which I could only imagine come time for Grand Theft Auto, when Grand Theft Auto comes to PC at some point in time.
It's gonna be crazy.
It's just gonna be crazy. But I think it just
Or
depends
this.
also the type of games you play.
Or this, they're going to make it for these, right? Like, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
when when it comes to this, now you're going to get like good performance here with everything turned on, right? So this is the bitch about PC, right? Is that no matter what console does, PlayStation PC is going to stomp it, right? So like so basically when this console comes out, so for me, my whole thing is I want to know, not this console, not the PlayStation shit, the Xbox version. I want to dig into how far the rabbit hole is going to go with OEMs. And I want to know if I'm going to be able to buy a 5090 or whatever the hell version of the Xbox, right? That's ultimately
interesting.
What I want to know, like how far
well,
is this gonna go?
I'll caveat that I don't think you're going to see an NVIDIA based Xbox, like Xbox.
So you're saying that you don't think that they will open, you don't think that Microsoft will open it up to NVIDIA?
No, I think they have this partnership. They've announced this partnership, and I think that is what they're doing because they can then control it with AMD, and that makes it seamless. So one of the headaches you run into is if you want to update even the NVIDIA driver today, it still freaking sucks. It's this out of band stupid process. Whereas with AMD, it's kind of all baked into Windows Update. And that is what they're going to do because they want it to be as easy as it is today on your Xbox where you just don't even notice, right? You just do, I got my June update, I got my July update, and everything got updated. And I don't know what the hell they did in the background. I don't care. I just got my update, right? And everything is done for you. And that's what they're going to provide when you have this platform because they understand exactly what's in it, right? So they're going to give you all the drivers, all the things, firmware, everything that needs to get updated. They're going to handle it. So my assumption is going forward, it's going to be an AMD-based thing. And that's not terrible, by the way. AMD has very good hardware, and they are kind of getting equivalent to what they're getting on the NVIDIA side. But NVIDIA just has a slight edge when it comes to some of those scaling capabilities, a little bit of edge on the performance side as well. But AMD is no slouch. So, getting even 4070, 4080 level performance on a console, that's
going to be great.
Really good. That's really good. So I getting that kind of thing next year, that's going to be pretty crazy. And as I said, like the assumed ray tracing performance here is going to be close to 4090 levels that you're going to get on that Magnus, platform. That's pretty insane. So, let's let it come out, right? Again, this is all rumor, but let's let it come out. And if it's really good at the price points we're talking about, come on, that's really, really, really impressive. So, let's see what they do with it.
Agreed. Now they did have a leak on the handheld, so I don't know how much you have information about the Xbox Ally X.
I haven't looked at this at all, so let's see what it is.
So this is the PlayStation Canis, which is the PlayStation 6 handheld early specs leaks. Monolithic 3nm die. I was able to verify this in modern documents. Backwards compatibility to PlayStation 5 and PlayStation 4 generations. No mention of PlayStation 3. Canis includes
that's not going to happen. They don't know how to do it.
No, PlayStation 3 is just dead to them.
They don't know how to do that.
Canis includes a micro SD slot, M.2 SSD slot, haptic vibration, dual mics, and a touchscreen. Specifically, a diagram states that USB-C port has video out capabilities. Okay, it's going to be dockable. Manufacturing plan for mid 2027, likely fall 2027, early 2028. Release date 15 watts TDP. Why is he writing TBP? I thought it was TDP. Didn't we see TDP? Or is it TBP?
Maybe it's something to do with is this nib?
No. This is Moore's law.
Okay. Because I want maybe if there's like a British version of it or something like that. But yeah, it's TDP for what we usually say. But
Gotcha. Okay. So 15 watts, which is, I hope there's a version of it where you can, plug it in or something and get more performance. But it says 12 to 20 RDNA 5 compute units, 1.62 gigahertz. That sounds really low, but I don't know what that equals with consoles today. 128-bit bus, LPDDR5X, 7500 plus. Rasterization performance estimated to be 0.5 times the PlayStation 5. So they're saying that this handheld is going to be more powerful than the PlayStation 5?
no, it's going to be half.
No, 0.5 times.
Yeah, half of the PS5.
Oh, I meant
0.5.
I thought they meant like
No, 0.5.
over.
Literally
0.5. Half the power of the PlayStation 5. Okay,
Yeah,
so
about
the screen must be a
T-flops.
fucking 720p. Because I don't know. You said it's 5 T-flops?
So that would be about 5, right? So that is kind of close to what you would probably see with the ROG Ally X. I think that's around there.
So it says Canis should beat Xbox Ally X in performance, but it doesn't come off as a powerhouse. So it's not like it's some huge powerful console, which is crazy because this is coming years from now, and the Xbox Ally X is coming out this year, which is wild. Remember that Sony is preparing a PS5 low power mode currently. If benchmarks show a large drop in performance with said low power mode, I will take that as proof that it was added to provide devs with approximate PS6 handheld performance early. I mean, none of this stuff, to be clear, like I don't feel like any of this stuff is like some crazy, like out of their mind, crazy fucking stance on this shit, right? Like this seems all pretty reasonable for a system that's supposed to come out in fucking 3 years from now, or maybe 2.5 years from now. So I don't know what do you think? Well, real quick, let me get Simple Jack in the building, my dude. Thank you, my brother, for being here, man. Appreciate you, homie. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Says all I will say is there is a reason Moore's law is considered a joke in the PC leaks community. I mean, that's also there too. So like, what would you like when you hear this? You're saying it's pretty much like a Xbox Series S in a handheld form.
Man, I don't know, bro. This is so like I said earlier, this is very convenient that all this just got leaked. But
right when all the bad news is happening for them in their minds.
Yeah. But I think this is like, it's positive for them. They have like, something to look forward to, even though it comes out in a few years, and it just, it looks good on paper. It doesn't look, it doesn't look bad. Not in my opinion. I think it's gonna be fine. It might be like, it might be a success as well, right? What do you guys think? Like, you guys think it's gonna flop? I think ponies are gonna buy this shit, man. I think people are gonna buy
they
it.
didn't buy the Pro.
Nah, but this is different. This is an actual handheld, right?
I mean, this one in particular is an actual handheld, yeah. But like a handheld that's half the power of a PlayStation 5 3 years from now, when the ROG Ally X is coming this year, 3 years from now, imagine the version of a handheld that ROG is going to drop.
Yeah. I mean, that's another thing. But we we don't know for sure if this information is correct, bro. Like it's so hard to believe
Oh
as
no,
well.
of course not. But we're just kind of basing it off
Yeah.
of the
Mhm.
idea of this, seeing
I
that
don't
it's
know what
not
to
like
tell you,
crazy.
dog, because I mean, it could be impaired with something like the Nintendo Switch, and I think people will pick it up just because it's PlayStation. So, in my opinion, what they're trying to do is to like keep this a certain cost. They don't want it to get too expensive, right? So this is what I'm getting from here. They don't want an expensive handheld, and they only have one option. While Xbox is giving you both, right? With the Rogue Ally, they're giving you the Xbox Ally, and then they're giving you the Big Boy Ally. That is the one that has all this power and capabilities. So I mean, you already know how the Series S, how much they hated the Series S, and it was the cheaper option, the cheaper way to get into the next generation, and now they're gonna get an underpowered handheld for the next couple of years, and I don't know how I feel about that, man. I think they're gonna be mad about this one when it comes out, but yeah, I could see it selling like the portal sold like 2 million, something like that, right?
I
How,
think
how
so. I mean, we haven't really
something
gotten
like
any
that,
real
yeah.
numbers from it, so
So if they went ahead and bought the portal, knowing that the portal ain't shit, that it was just another cloud device, they could have, you know, they could easily go ahead and buy this one, man. Nothing is gonna change. These people are gonna and I don't know now. The thing is, like, they're gonna be competing with more handhelds, so it better be good or has some sort of feature, or maybe like their games get better by then. Who knows, man? But not that exciting in my opinion. But maybe it's a good way for people to get into the PlayStation ecosystem. That way maybe they don't have to buy a whole PlayStation. They buy the portable and that's it. And if it works, it works. And it's another little device to play games on, bro. There's really nothing more to it. We'll
you know
see
what's
when
funny?
the time comes.
Isn't it funny that like Nintendo was the one that made consoles and handhelds for so long, and then they finally were like, you know what, fuck this shit. One console, one handheld, super success. And now, like, it seems like Xbox and PlayStation are both doing this. Well, we're gonna make a console and a handheld, and just kind of, it's like,
Yeah.
motherfuckers, that y'all learn, combine. We want one thing that does everything. It's like,
Well, as
now
I
you can let
said,
me buy two
Magnus
things.
has that option.
It has a dockable
So
option.
Magnus has that option. Supposedly, it has a built-in capability to scale down, so you can do it on a portable, and then fully scale to full speed when you dock it.
Oh,
Doesn't the Rogue Ally
okay.
do that already?
So it does, yeah. You get boost
Mhm.
mode when you dock it, right? So this is the
More
thing.
power.
These are close, but the thing is like you said, CMoney, this is today's tech that's coming out with the ROG Ally X. What we're
Mhm.
expecting here is RDNA 5, which is ahead of like the RDNA 3.5 that we're going to get with the ROG Ally X, the Xbox version. So there's going to be some efficiency gain, right? And there's going to be some performance gain just because it's a newer capability set, right? So based on that, you would expect it to do a little bit better, right? But basically, it's kind of in the same ballpark. It doesn't seem like it's far off. They're about the same number of compute units. I think they're like 16 compute units on the Xbox One Ally X. It's 12 to 20. We don't know where it's going to land, but you can kind of gauge where it is. It's in that range, right? They're not that far off. But there could be a performance boost just because it's newer. It's newer tech, right? And I would expect RDNA 5 would do better than RDNA 3.
Of course.
It's just my expectation,
Mm-hmm.
right? So if that's the case, sure, right? We'll see when it comes out. The only thing that concerns me here is 4 cores. That's, I think, half the cores of the ROG. So that's a little concerning, but maybe this, Zen 6 cores work better. we'll
Who
have to
knows?
see, right?
Yep.
So,
All right.
but that's kind of where it is. I like they feel like they're in the same ballpark. But Project Magnus, again, they may never do it, but Project Magnus has built-in ability to scale down. So
I mean, I
it
can tell you
can
right
be
now, if
done
they
in a portable,
like, that's my dream scenario, right? My dream scenario is for Xbox to copy, just rip straight away, copy Nintendo. Let me buy one console that I can dock it, and it's the power fucking house that we know Xbox is, and then I just take it with me right from there, and I got my handheld that's
and
lower
again,
powered,
I
but
don't know
super
that
smooth.
Xbox themselves will do it, but the beauty is it's an open platform, therefore one of the partners could. So Asus could say, hey, the ROG Ally Xbox version 3 or whatever it is will be a full-on console that does the entire Magnus performance when docked. Undock it and you get 1/3 the performance, whatever it is, right? And hey, if that works, that works. But that's all to be determined, right? So again, all rumors, guys, all rumors.
All rumors. That's
It's all
right.
right. It was in CMoney's rumor mill, so you're good to go. You don't have to think about it. Don't stress it. They know. If they don't know, it's their
Yes.
problem because we mentioned it.
So
You know what I'm saying?
we will see. We will see what they do.
We will see, guys. But I have to go. I have to wake up extremely early tomorrow. I have an early day, long day as well. It's crazy, this month for me. So my head out.
That's fine, bro.
See you. Pleasure
Appreciate you, my
rocking with
dude.
y'all, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's about
Yo,
the
thank
time,
you
bro.
so much. Let everybody know where to find you, man. We're gonna be wrapping up. We got one more small topic, but let everybody know, man.
Yeah, man. Demoflow Gaming. I'll be streaming every Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern time. Literally had no time to play games or stream games. It's been like I'm saying here, like a tough month, and I think August is gonna be even worse. It's just work and life, everything combined. But yeah, I'll be right back in here next week, Friday, with y'all, and it's gonna be even more awesome because we're gonna get even more salt. And I can wait to hang out with y'all, man. Chat and panel, and with Miss Doodle. She's the life of the party as well. I hope she's good. And I'll see you guys, man, next time. Yeah. Say hi to him and shout out to
my
Shad.
brother.
Shout out. Yeah. Your boy Demoflow checking out. See you next time, bro.
Be easy, bro.
See you, Demo.
Peace, fam.
Peace.
All right. Let's hop into the final one.
topic.
And it's not like crazy, but still interesting. So I mean, we already knew the dead body was going to present itself, but now more and more is just coming out. There's this notice here, Marathon bulletin posts that
was
new
this
Bungie.
like where they apparently because there was another Traxxas was another
so
company,
they
right?
expressly abandons Marathon's Traxxas trademark following opposition claim from RC car maker Traxxas. Now, to be clear, as spicy as it would be to be like, oh, Bungie's dropping the trademark, they're not dropping the trademark for Marathon. It's a faction within Marathon's world, I think, called Traxxas, and they were trying to get the trademark for that because I think they wanted to make clothes or some shit with it. And Traxxas, the RC car maker, basically, fought that, and they went back and forth a whole bunch of times for a while. And then now they have officially agreed to drop it. So Bungie is not moving forward trying to get this. Now, the fact is, just you got to look at it for what it is. They were going ahead and fighting back and forth, trying to come up with some solution because they wanted it that badly. And then this whole fiasco happens with the stolen art and all this other shit. And then all of a sudden they're like, you know what? Nah, fuck it. We're good. No worries. We'll figure something out. We'll change the name. We'll do whatever. Like, it just seems suspect, right? Like, they're like, is it worth fighting this? And I think we're clearly now seeing that their answer is no, it's not worth it to them, even though it was worth it to them for a long time to go back and forth. Now, no longer worth it, right? So that means one, they have lost complete, faith in this game and are just trying to do what they can to release it to save face. Two, this game is not going to see the light of day, and they are starting to shut down any idea of what they're doing because they're doing playtests right now, and maybe those playtests are still not coming in the way that they would want it to come in at. So those are the only two options I see. Either they're saying, fuck it, change the name. We're just going to put something together. Just get this shit out and see what happens. Or they're lining up for a night. You know what I'm saying? A little bit of a bam. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I feel like is a possibility at that point. How do you take this? Again, this is not Marathon, the trademark being dropped. It's a faction in the game that they were trying to get the trademark for. Are you seeing it the way I'm seeing it, Hargeet, or is there some other angle?
Yet another stain on this game that, dude, like, wow. Yeah, I think they just gave up on the idea and said, to hell with it. We're just going to change the name. Is this thing dead yet?
Oh my God, it probably had stolen art. Like the name was, the image that they had was probably stolen.
Surprise me. Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
That'd be crazy.
Yikes. Yeah, I wonder if they stole the logo along with it. Anyway, whatever. Whatever. Like that. It's just yet another ridiculousness with freaking Marathon. I don't know when this game comes out. I think Arc Raiders is going to come out and destroy whatever market this thing has, and who's going to come back and try to play this? Whatever. This is just. It's got disaster written all over it. But you know what? I'll let it try and spread its wings, do whatever it wants to do, and try to get out there and do what it wants to try to get a market.
Like Mariah Carey, like spread the wings and fly.
Yeah. We will see, right? But yeah, man, I don't know. Like all you hear is negative shit with this thing, right? Where's the positive news?
I know.
Like all you hear is negative.
Like people have been playing it. Where's the news that people are liking the changes? People are actually becoming exciting.
Yeah.
I think it would have snuck out if people were happy with it. I don't know. This seems pretty damning. All right, Hargeet, what's your bet? Do you think it's releasing?
Marathon? Oh God. If they cannot get a playtest where this game is actually fun for anyone, I don't know. Because look, if it was a company that's more likely to just release a game than to kill it, that's one thing. This is PlayStation. They have killed games over and over and over again. So God only knows what they're going to do here. Now, there's a little bit of protection here because Bungie kind of had some contractual stuff where they can kind of control themselves a little bit more. So maybe they can, still put it out. I don't know, man. I'd say it's 50-50 that it comes out. I don't know. I just don't know.
I'm gonna say I think it releases. I think it does come out.
Yeah.
My thing is I believe in my heart that Sony wants to put the final nail in the coffin. They want them to fail.
Yeah.
I truly believe they want them to fail. I think they want it to be like, yo, we already spent this money. It's gone. There's nothing we could do about it now. The only thing we could do is if we can shut this bitch down, we could write it off.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. I feel like they're hoping this shit fails because Destiny, they just came out with a new expansion. Yes, maybe. Yes. I think so.
Yeah.
You know why I'm in such a state of question? Because who
Because
gives
nobody
a
gives a
fuck?
shit. Yeah.
Because nobody gives a fuck. That nobody gives a fuck that Destiny has a new fucking thing outside of Destiny people, and even those motherfuckers are done. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
they don't give a shit. Sony's looking at numbers, looking like shit. And again, even if they just let Destiny live for a while, I just think the writing's on the wall. I don't see a world where Marathon blows up. I don't see a world where it comes out and you got shit ton of hype behind it. Everybody's losing their minds. Yo, the biggest 180 in the history of games. It was garbage. Now it's the best thing ever. Like, I don't see that as feasible. I don't think that's going to happen. I think it's going to be a flop of massive proportions. And I think PlayStation is going to look at this as their opportunity to exact their that option they have in the contract, where you didn't live up to your side, we take over now. You no longer have the ability to run your company the way you want to, and that's just what it looks like. I think that's just where it is. And what's the one failure already took place? They've canceled so many with no fucking care. They're just like, fuck it, cancel. This one, there's a benefit to them canceling it. If they can go ahead and prove that this is just not working, they shut this bitch down. They look at that 3.6 or 3.7, whatever it is, and try to write as much of it off as possible. And that's it. I just don't see a good place for them.
Looking at the Steam charts for it, usually when they release the DLC, they'd hit like 300K players.
Mm-hmm.
This one was 100. It went up from the average of 30 to 50. So it's still a lot of players. 30 to 50K. That's not like shit, but it did not rate the way it usually does, or it did not like spike the way it usually does.
Well, it's like it's like a sequel to one of their games, right? Like, this is like, people think I'm talking shit for the sake of talking shit, but they're gonna look at the trajectory of their games, right? If they have a game that started here and then the next release is here, they're not going to assume that the next release is going here. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the hope, but they have to, if they're making another one, they're going to plan for it to be worse. So that's how they're going to plan their budgeting. They're going to spend less money. They're going to do this. They're going to do that. Less on marketing. Like, they're going to cut all the corners. So the problem is at what point does the game stop being the game? Right?
Yeah.
Like, at what point are there going to have to be too many corners cut to still make the next God of War, or to make the next Horizon, or the next Last of Us, or the next Uncharted, or the next Ghost of Yote? I mean, we're already seeing it with Ghost of Yote, right? Corners cut. Ghost of Tsushima up here, they're not going ahead and spending more. They're not spending more. They're not investing more. No, they looked at all their other games and said, that shit is going down. So what we're going to do, we're going to spend the same, the same or less, right? That's why there's no huge innovation there, right? That's why there's nothing that's going crazy. Like, oh my God, wow, they're really taking this to the next level. This is a next gen Ghost. No, it's not. It's a PlayStation 4 Ghost that they upscaled with the leftover power. That's it. So, like, that's the problem, man. That's the problem. So when they're looking at Destiny and they see it was up here, and then over time it's just been doing this, but then now it's just down again. Like, they weren't supposed to do any major updates anymore. Remember? They were kind of just keeping it in like a low profile mode, and they kind of went against the grain and said, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. Let's see what happens. And
yeah, I think
I'm
it's
sure,
the only thing
I'm
they
sure it
have,
brought people in, who were away, but not to the same heights, right? So like, it went up to 100,000 instead of 300,000. So let's say the next one goes up to 50,000, not 100, right? And then the next one after that goes to 25,000, not 50, right? Like, this is where the problem lays, right? So unless some miracle happens and this game comes out and magically just goes crazy, and it has some stupid thing in it that people latch onto and blow up and make it a big thing. That's the only way that I think Bungie survives. I think this is Bungie's do or die. I think Sony absorbs anybody that they want from Bungie into their team LFG. You know what I'm saying? Their team looking for group. You know what I'm saying? Their team looking for group. That's some crazy shit. Those are Bungie people, by the way, guys, just so you know, just so there's no confusion. This is what they relegated them to, Team LFG. Most creative group of people ever. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know. I don't see a way out. That it's, I think if this game fails, Bungie's going 9-9. That's the reality of what I think and believe. But hey, plans can change. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Sad times for them. Yeah. All right. Well, anything else, Hargi? Anything else you have to say about our
Good
our
luck
lovely,
to Bungie.
marathon? Good luck. All right, guys. With that, we're gonna wrap it up, man. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us on this Friday evening. I see Bunty in the building. What's up, fam? Thank you for rocking out, bro. Shout out to everybody who's live in the building with us, man. You guys are the shit. Thank you so much for rocking out. I see the homie Amit Kumar in the building, in the top 3 and still here. First one in, last one out. This is a beautiful thing, man. I see Space Shot still in the building too. Oh shit. You guys are rocking out, man. Thank you guys. Game Shark, Twinkle Twinkle, baby. I see him. Guys, you guys are fucking awesome. I see all you homies. Appreciate y'all for rocking out with us. Guys, remember, we'll be back Tuesday night with Night Quest. It's going to be a fun time. We'll see what happens next week. You know what I'm saying? What fun new show or fun new information is going to drop for us to have fun with. So yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to all of our elite members. You have the homie Big Boy Mike, Dark Angelic, Queen Witch, and Coach of the Canuck. You got our inner circle members, the homie Big Mix Gaming and Pragmatic Eagle. Shout out to the first 2 people in the chat. You had our boy, the best bot of the night, Coach of the Canuck. Yeah, Eric Kin in the building. Shout out to Eric for stopping by the show for a little while. Of course, shout out to our homie Demo who had to get going too, man. Shout out to the homies. And then, of course, rounding out the top 3 was our boy Amit Kumar, who's still in the building. We had the first super chat of our night from our boy Broke Boy Insider. Biggest super chat of our night was from our boy Jonas the Dad. And gifted memberships, top dude was Jonas the Dad with 20 gifted. He did a double banger for the night. First official one of the month, right? We're keeping track now. So technically he's in the lead. What I might do is put like down on that thing, like the monthly leaders so far, and I'll just start adding and taking people away as they go up. I think it'll be cool. Spartan 661, I see you, homie. Thank you for coming by, man. Listen, I know you had to work. It's just what it is, man. Gamer Bum in the building. What's up, bro? But yeah, man, shout out to everybody. Shout out to the homie Machine XP who gifted. You got I know we had damn it, why did I forget? Oh, Coach of the Canuck, our boy, he gifted as well. So shout out to you guys, man. The support is greatly appreciated. And then of course, our motherfucking homie Hargeet live in the building, not fucking around. Thank you, my dude, for coming through, hanging out with us, man. Appreciate you. Let everybody know what your plans are for till next show. You know where you're gonna be, where they can find you.
Yeah, YouTube if you want to check out my channel, Hargeet21. And of course, there's the book if you want, Shop.US. And I think I'll be on tomorrow or today at this point at Saturday night with Lemon again. So because Fonz, I don't think is back. I'll ping him, but if he's back, then we'll do our show. So otherwise, I think his starts at 6 o'clock on 108 Dragons TV. So check that out. I'll be on with Web Dave on Sunday, of course, 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. And then Boom on Wednesday, Double Barrel Gaming, 7 p.m. US Eastern Time. And then we'll be back next week and see how Xbox is dead again.
Dead again, but winning. No matter what, it's fine. It's just the way they do
winning,
it.
yes.
Yeah, that's
all sorts of fun. $5 billion Game Pass, but it's still dead.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's I mean, that was we talked about it last night, but damn, the numbers, bro. Come on, man. They're dead, but they're crushing it. That's why PlayStation is doing this, man. They don't follow losers, they follow winners. That's what they do. Microsoft is winning, Xbox is winning. So yeah, it's a good time, bro. It's a good time. We'll see how they try to spin it next week. We'll definitely be here for it. I'm also going ahead and putting in the description, in the chat. Our boy Madman has his channel. He's out there doing his thing, covering all types of different stuff. Definitely go check out his channel, subscribe, comment on the videos that he does a bunch of shorts. So they're informational, like news shorts. They're pretty dope. He does really well. So always has great opinion. So check him out and just drop a comment in one of the videos saying that you sub to him from here, so he knows that you guys are coming over to say hi. But guys, thank you again. Appreciate you all. And with that, we're gonna go ahead and end the show the way we end every single show. Doodle! We're done. Until next time, you're intruding.